Well, 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 well. Well, well, well. Well, 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 L thing. Hello. Hey, how are you doing? Yo, what is that emote? Hold on. Let me check that out. That Oh, dude, how that is how do you have such a cool cat emote? Yo, how do I get one of those with my cat? Is this something I can ask ChatGPT to do? Man, that is so epic. Well, hello, Elthing. Thank you very much for starting my day off, or my stream off, with a beautiful cat emote. I'm like, shoot, I need one of those. Okay, no coffee today. It is 7 p.m. my time. So I just refilled my little sparkling soda thing. My cat has just disappeared. What the hell? What the hell? Hold on, let me see. Okay, I think it's set up properly. Look at that. You know what? I need to do some cleaning. That's all just... My apartment's just full of cat hair everywhere. So speaking of cats. Hello, guys. We are on day 43. Now, today's Sunday. We were supposed to do a morning stream my time. I was supposed to be here basically 12 hours ago. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a 6 a.m. stream. We'll do it for like 2-3 hours. Take a nap. Do some work. And then that's it. Instead, I ended up sleeping in. So I did do a lot of work though. Enough work that I figured I can take like at least a couple hours and turn on the stream and do some of the cool video editing work that we were already doing. And then say hi to all of you guys. So, Elle, you said I'm taking mental time off today. Picked up an album in the mail. An album in the mail? Yo, how come I've never... Why does that sound so cool and retro? Picked up an album in the mail. And now about to play a new game I downloaded. Could you elaborate a little bit more for me, L thing? What do you mean by an album in the mail? That sounds so old school and like hipster. CD album. Damn. Okay, I was correct. It is very hipster. And satisfactory. Nice. What kind of game are we talking about here? I don't play a lot of games. I've been playing chess, as I've mentioned before. I play chess every day. If you'd like to play me in chess, feel free to let me know. Put in that little exclamation mark chess. Outside of that, oh wait, do I put in my name here? Let me check out my exclamation mark chess. Does it work? Play me at, okay, good. I did think about that. It's a crafting game. Interesting. A crafting game for PC or something. The only time, whenever I can take a break, it's been like a month, but I was trying to play Death Stranding 2. And I find that game very peaceful. It's very like therapeutic for me to just wander around this big ass planet. Oh yeah, I guess it is Earth. And just like pick up, oh yeah, speaking of mail, just picking up people's mail and then dropping it off at another station and then walking back and picking up some more mail. It's very boring but enjoyable to me. But anyways, welcome guys. So we're going to do a fairly short stream. And that doesn't mean it's a bad stream, right? We're gonna focus on quality over quantity, but as part of that, I think we're gonna jump as quickly as into it as we feel like into the work side of things, because I'm also very excited about this L thing, or L. I think I forget if you popped in for a little bit yesterday, right? Or maybe I missed. Maybe I'm mixing up the days, but yesterday we started testing out a film emulation software called Dehancer, and let me pop it into the chat here. Dehancer. Now, early days. Yesterday was literally the first time that we popped open the plugin, downloaded it, installed it into DaVinci Resolve. But it's been really fun actually testing it out, and I've been super hyped to get back into it. So we ran into one hiccup last night when we ended the stream, which I need to figure out how to fix. But other than that, it's essentially this film emulation software. So essentially, based on the name, it's emulating that kind of film quality from the old school days. Now, I don't know the first thing about film. I don't know the first thing about most things, right? So with that in mind, they reached out to me and they're super just like, look, would you like to test out this product? We found you on YouTube. You don't have to do anything besides like just test it yourself, give us a review, and you can be as brutally honest as you want. That wasn't what they said. They didn't say brutally honest. But yeah, basically they didn't give me any rules besides like, here, just play around with it. And then if you can let us know what you think. So that was awfully kind of them to give me that kind of access and not force me to do anything besides just test it out in my own pace. So I figured what I'd do is, since we have our Project Mongolia episode 2 ready to go, you know, in terms of what we're working on, I might try to use this. It's called Dehancer, but I might use Dehancer. Not might, I will, assuming it's good. I will use Dehancer for the entirety of our next episode. So yesterday was our first day testing it out. And you know what? It was actually much more intuitive than I thought it would be. Because like the moment I hear things like, hey, you got to install something, it's like a plugin for DaVinci. I'm only 1 year into editing with DaVinci. So there's a lot I still don't really understand. I barely touched the Fusion tab, which is like the equivalent of After Effects. There's all these like things here and the things that I never even open up. And so anyways, I'm always a little bit overwhelmed or nervous when it comes to like trying to download third-party stuff. But I actually thought it was pretty simple in terms of following the instructions. It was pretty straightforward, and we got right into it. So for instance, you can see over on the right side of DaVinci, one thing I really liked, and you know what, I'm going to make sure, I think I'm like jumping too much into it. I need to open up a few websites real quick. Give me a second. Because what I want to do is, while I'm editing, I want to show, or I want to take notes, right? So I want to be able to take some notes of things that I like, things that aren't working properly, takeaways, key things like that. So then when I do make a video on this product, hopefully I'll be one step ahead because I've taken notes. So I don't have to, you know, scratch my head and try to use my shitty memory to come up with a good review. So let me put this over here. And yeah, I'll do like a proper video. So after we test this out for a number of weeks, and then hopefully we end up loving it. Hopefully we, you know, we'll catch things, hopefully like what works, what doesn't work. And then I'll probably off stream do some recordings where I can like take some samples and like talk into the camera, make sure this is like 4K quality so I can zoom in on areas of like what I'm doing. But yeah, ultimately I'll be able to put together like a, here's what I thought about this product. So that's kind of cool. That's really cool. It's really I say considerate, but obviously they're doing it for a business reason. But still, it's very considerate of them to have reached out to me when I'm such a small streamer. Well, not even on the streamer side, but just like I'm just a small YouTube channel. So for them to find interest in my feedback was cool. So I do feel that these kind of videos that we're making on stream, it is having a positive effect. So for example, Mongolia episode 1 that we launched, I do hope that people take a look. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But then you never know what like one of these videos can end up turning into other opportunities. And that is definitely one of the goals that I have for myself, is that the amount of time and effort put into this, I do hope it's not just a video that gets released. It's like a portfolio. It's like something I put into my resume for future opportunities. So anyways, we started testing out the Dehancer on just a few of the clips. Now I ran into an issue though, so that's what we need to figure out today. And let me quickly look at my Dehancer notes here. So for what do I have so far? My thoughts, I like that it is an all-in-one tool for most of the key actions I normally focus on already. So in terms of like my basic color correction, color grading, my editing stuff that I do, it feels like Dehancer has most of those things all in one. So let me see if I can show you guys as an example. This is one of the footages that we did edit with Dehancer. I wonder, can I just do Command D? Yeah, there we go. So this is like the before shot, right? And then with all the Dehancer stuff, this is the after. So we were able to kind of we started learning, by the way, what is film stock profiles and print profiles. Like there's all these terminologies now that I'm like, we're getting wiser on these streams, okay? So this is not just for entertainment. This is an education stream, okay? So welcome to class, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, I'm learning about film and all the lingo for it. But yeah, so we've applied different types of film stock profiles based on like all the popular film stock profiles from back in the day. And I don't know if it's still in use, but yeah. So this one was called, ooh, can I remember it off memory? I think it was something called like Kodak Ectocar 100. Kodak Ectocar 100. And then the print profile was something called like Fujifilm 3533, something film stuff. Bullshit. Let's see. How close was I? So the film stock profile is called Kodak Ektar 100. Yo, that wasn't how I remembered how to spell it, but I said it right. Kodak Ektar 100. And then the print profile we chose was Fujifilm 3513. Oh, shoot. What did I say? Fujifilm 3530 or 33. Okay, I was close. So yeah, anyways, we kind of chose these because I think it looked really nice with the style that I was going for with this one, which is I wanted to replicate what we already did from episode 1. So if you recall, these are all clips from our opening trailer. So this should not be new to you in terms of what you see if you have seen episode 1 or if you've been watching my previous live streams. So I went with like a very monochrome, dark, desaturated kind of a look for our trailer. So here, let me just play, because now I've put in the presets for all these, so give me a second. I'm going to show you guys. Dun, 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 dun. Mongolia final episode. Okay.
There are moments you never forget when you witness something primal, ancient, unstoppable.
So if you remember, this is episode 1. And even from the opening hook, this is the opening hook.
This is my journey to the heart of Mongolia.
It was very like dark and monochrome style. That was literally like, I think the LUT that I used is from Lens Distortions, and I think it was called Earthy Monochrome or Dark Monochrome, something like that. So anyways, it was like my style that I wanted to kind of give a very dramatic feel to the start of our trailer and our video, and then also to mimic a little bit of the frigid nature of where we were. So I was like, okay, I can either go with a cool tone or I can go with this like icy tone, and that's kind of what I felt like with this kind of look. So every one of these shots, you can see we use the lens distortions. Very, very dark, gritty. Yeah, so this is like, for example, the desaturated version. So yeah, this is like the style I ended up going with. So I wanted to test with Dehancer. Can it replicate, let's say give or take, but can it essentially do similar in terms of the colors and the styles that I wanted and that I used previously? So kind of like this dark look. This one's a bit more faded and all that. But anyways, can it do something like this? And I feel like it delivered. Now, a bit lighter because when I hit export, this will get darker. We run into this problem, and no matter what I've done, it's like it'll always get like one shade darker on everything. So when I edit things, I'm trying to keep it maybe like one shade lighter, just knowing that it'll compensate and get darker in the export. But anyways, so now I have that similar kind of dark monochrome look. But in addition to the fact that it was able to give me that kind of fine tuning to control all this with all the different profiles they have, it was also the fact that now, for the first time, I'm able to like test out all these other features like the bloom effect and the halation effect. And some of these are native, like it is built into DaVinci. But like, at least from my perspective, I just, one, I didn't even know about it. So let's just start with that. But then two, the fact that it's all like built in. And now here's the thing, and we're going to do these kind of tests later on, but the things that I guess you can consider the strengths of this program, supposedly, right? We're going to test it, is the fact that like they just do it better. So it's like, whether it's the halation or the bloom or like, you know, the other features that we're doing here, like you're seeing we were testing with some like film damage stuff. It's added in like film damage. You can add like the, what is it called? Gate weave or breath. Shoot, I don't know these terms yet. Film damage, film breath, gate weave, vignetting, overscan stuff. Like there's like all these cool features, but it's all built into one. So then it makes it easy for me. And it's also doing it in a chronological order. So starting with like the input side and then going all the way down step by step. So in many ways, it feels very intuitive to me, and that's what I like. I don't like when things are just overly complicated, and requires you to have like memorized or spend so much time to know all the shortcuts and stuff. It's like, you know, that's just not how my brain works, okay? So anyways, I have been enjoying using this. We're going to keep testing it out. Now, I ran into one problem earlier at the end of last stream. So I want to see if we can identify what was causing it. Because, like, for instance, all the effects here, I really like it. And then when I went to try to play with the color head, which allows me to, like, control the colors and stuff, it wasn't seemingly doing anything. It seemed like it just wasn't working. So I don't know if a combination of things that I did makes this thing stop working, or if there's something I just don't know because I'm not, I just don't know enough, right? Like, I don't even know what that does. I just like added a line. I know it's called the alpha channel. But yeah, you get my point. There's a few things here that we're going to figure out. Either it's like a glitch, in which case we will be able to keep note of that and let them know, and then we can just add that as like in terms of our video. Or there's a solution to it. I'm going to figure it out in the coming days. But yeah, so the other thing I'm keeping track of is like all of these different film profiles, just because like it's all meaningless to me. I don't know what Fujichrome Velvia 50 means, or, you know, Fujichrome Provia 100F or Cinestill 800T. These are like all way beyond me. So it's a long list. What I'm doing then is, as I go through each one, I'm just trying to see which of these profiles I like based on different styles that pops up. And then with that in mind, we can try to keep it in mind. So that's what I'm taking note here. So let's say as we go through each clip, I can just kind of choose which one works best. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. I'm very excited for this because, like I said, this has been something I've been wanting to test out, because they reached out to me a few days ago and I just haven't had time. I just literally have not had time. So to finally be able to test it out, and it's the reason I can test it out is because we have made progress. We've made real progress with our video. We have essentially identified the skeleton of our episode, give or take a few scenes or a few things we need to add still. But in terms of like the key songs that are going to be playing throughout, except, yeah, so a lot of the skeleton's done. Now we got to like stack in all the edits and the clips within the skeleton. We got to flesh out the skeleton, if you will. But the structure is there. So now I feel more confident being able to like start testing out a few of the color grading stuff. So now, like I said, there's something was not working properly, and we need to figure it out. So that's what we're about to do. I am going to let's see, find in media pool. I just want to make sure. I wonder, like, because these the program is a bit heavy. Like when I'm using all of the different features that is included in Dehancer, you'll see that it slows down the rendering speed. So it is a pretty heavy editing plugin, which is like to be expected. It's doing quite a bit. But I'm wondering if somehow that's causing the issue that I was seeing earlier. But let me see real quick. Okay, so this is the original coloring that I had. So I just want to make sure that there's nothing weird happening here. And why does it keep jumping to this thing? Ah, okay. Okay, doesn't matter. That's fine. Yeah, so anyways. This is the original. Then I had lightened up the shots. The reason being for the thing I mentioned before, which is that for whatever reason when I export the footage, it like ends up dropping the exposure dramatically if it's like a dark footage already. But you know what? Let's undo that one for now. Let's undo it for now. Because I want to see if how much we can adjust. Because like right now, for instance, this looks great. Like I wouldn't want to change this per se. Now maybe like the color temperature, things like that, we might want to adjust. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, we were also watching some videos off stream. So I am trying to spend as much time as possible to learn the better ways to color correct, do like all the, you know, the proper editing. So there was something I was learning, and then we're going to try to open it up in a second. Let me see how much I can remember from memory. It was like take a node, go to the gamma, put it into linear mode for the gamma. Then, and let me just switch this to waveform. Is there a way to have two things open? How do I open up the vector scope as well? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Vector scope, graticule. No, that's not what I wanted. Ah. Yeah, see, even simple things like this, I have no idea how to adjust. Because like I used to have the ability to have like 4 things open here. I'm not sure why I can't see them all. Let's see. Viewer overlay? Ah, maybe this? Power window? Nope. Crap. Viewer overlay. Let me turn that off. Did I turn that off? Shit. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's just that? Okay, well, how the hell do I, These are the things where it's like, come on, I should learn this. Workspace, maybe? Layout presets. Video scopes. All right, you know what? It doesn't matter that much. Let's just continue. So anyways, I put this into linear. Then I'm supposed to go to the Luma mix. Drop that to 0. Oh shoot. They like updated everything, so this looks different now. Okay. I'm running into a problem here. Because the video that I was watching, I think was off of an older version of DaVinci. So like, DaVinci is updated where it's got these like, oh wait, maybe, can I do this? What does this do? Before it used to be like 3 circles, right? For the lift, gamma, and gain. And you'd be able to click inside the circle and just drag it up, down, left, right, and stuff. But now it's all gone. So you know what? We're not going to try that mode for now. It sounds like I need to do a little bit more research. Let's see. Shit. Okay, use timeline.
Just cheat and use LUTs and call it a day, laughing face.
Yo, what's up, Photo Elite?
Just cheat and use LUTs and call
yeah.
it a day, laughing face.
Look at me being such a good streamer. I would like to convince you guys I've intentionally created 2 voice sounds on purpose. But to be honest with you, I forget where that other voice is coming from. What the hell did I turn on that creates that female voice? Oh, okay, I think it was from Ko-Fi maybe? So I had created a Ko-Fi account recently. And I'm wondering, is that the thing that's causing the female dono to pop through? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Hello, Photo Elite. You're catching me as I'm struggling right now. We're only gonna do like maybe like a 2-hour stream, something like that. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well, good sir. Right now, I want to continue using Dehancer, but then I wanted to see before I do Dehancer. I was thinking like maybe I should just adjust the temperature of this shot a bit better. But then I don't know I don't know how to use DaVinci properly. There's a whole video I'd watched that was like talking me through how I can do a better way of editing colors than the way I'm used to doing. And then I watched the whole video and it was like, hey, turn this gamma into linear, drop the luma mix all the way to 0, and then just take click inside the circle within the gain, and then just shift it until the vector scope is showing it's pretty balanced. However, the circles have disappeared in this version of DaVinci because we have updated the software. So how the hell would you, what the hell do I do? What do I do? All right, well, it doesn't matter now. Let's just do a typical thing here. Let's just click on the snow and see what it says. Yeah, it's a tough one to edit. Have fun figuring that out. I'm a lurk because adulting. Yeah, of course, of course. Happy Sunday. Enjoy being an adult. I will try to do the same as well. We had a good day today. I was able to catch up with a good friend of mine. Well, 2 of them. But yeah, they stopped by. Apparently, they're going to be neighbors soon. So they're moving into my neighborhood. So that was really cool. So we got to catch up. They saw my cats because it's been a while since they've seen them. And yeah, so I'm feeling good because it's like, look, guys, if you've been following my stream, we've been streaming for 42 days and a half. I'm going to consider today a half day. But we've been streaming for 42 and a half days without missing a beat, right? We've been streaming roughly 7 to 8 hours every day. And when I'm not streaming, I'm still working. So basically, I have my off-stream work and then I have my on-stream work, which is what you guys watch me do. So this is not just for entertainment, guys. It's not like I'm turning this on to play video games and just have fun. This is very much, you're watching the behind the scenes of how I'm trying to edit my latest film projects, which then I'm publishing to YouTube, as well as the photos that I edit, which will also be published to my social medias like Instagram. So I view this as very much like I'm being productive as much as possible and working. So it's really fun that while doing these streams, I've been able to start to find an audience here. We've met so many cool people who become regulars, who pop in, give me so much advice, ways to improve my stream or improve myself in terms of editing, photos, videos, all that. So anyways, been really, really fun. But yeah, if I'm streaming for around 8 hours, and let's say if I sleep for 8 hours, the remaining time that I have is also spent working. And I literally do not have any social life anymore. I just catch up with people occasionally on FaceTime with some of my closest friends. But yeah, I've ultimately sacrificed that out of my life. So it's kind of cool to know that, well, not that they did this because of me, but it's kind of cool that at least some people I know are going to be moving pretty close to me. So it'll be slightly easier for me to catch up with some people. So hells yeah. All right, anyways. Let's go ahead and apply Dehancer again. And then let's see what we can adjust. Okay, so right now, for instance, the color temperature seems to work in the color head. So let's keep that in mind. And let's choose the right profile. So before we chose Kodak Ektar 100, and that seemed to work okay. But let's kind of go through some of these other ones. But actually, one second. Let's go with Kodak again. Let's go with the print. Actually, one step at a time. Can I see if the temperature works? Temperature works. Okay, okay. So that's not what caused the issue. Basically, I'm trying to replicate all of the steps that we took for the other clip to see why did it stop.
https://www.youtube.com.
Link took me a moment to find it in my list, but this channel is a literal effing gold mine for video editing, specifically color grading.
Well, thank you very much. The Gas Man. Oh, okay. Let me check this out real quick. I may or may not play it on. Oh, yo. This is the guy. Wait. Photo Elite. I shit you not. This is who I was watching earlier. Hold on a minute. What are you, like, reading my mind here? Good sir? Hold on a minute. Let me go to my history. Wait, is this him? Okay, let me see. All right, let me show you this. So yeah, this guy that you just sent me, the Gas Man? Or wait, no, wait. Why is the name... is his channel called the Gas Man, but he goes by Wakas? Kazi? I'm so confused. Are we looking at the same thing? When I... Oh, yeah, okay. It is the same person. Okay, I was getting so confused here. That shouldn't be allowed. his YouTube username is the Kazman, but then like here I thought it was just his name here. It was his YouTube thing. I was so confused. Yeah, so Photo Elite, this is literally the video I was watching just before I started the stream. When I was like, wow, I just learned something today. So now I'm subscribed to him and everything. He's a senior colorist at Universal Studios. Yo, you know what? Okay, the reason I liked his video, well, I mean, it's really helpful, but he also doesn't like talk like he is some snob. He basically starts by saying like, yo, I'm self-taught, which maybe you can say is snobbish, but like it's more like from the lens of, you know, yeah, he wasn't saying in that way. What's up, Sid? What's up, Sid? Why am I so late? Yeah, that's a good question. Well, I was supposed to stream at 6 a.m. today, my time, but I ended last night's stream, I think around 1 a.m., something like that, and went to sleep pretty late. So I literally just slept in. And then, yeah, I spent the rest of the day working. And then I felt like I was in a good break spot. So I decided let me stream for a couple hours at least. And then I'll probably go back to working. But yes, life happened and that's why I'm late. But thank you for being here. Thank you. Yeah, listen, Sid, why are you late? I started the stream like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's what I would say. But yeah, welcome, Sid. We're just getting right back into it. So was it 40 minutes ago? Okay, well, my sense of time is really bad. We are working on Mongolia episode 2 yet again. Shocker. And then, yeah, I'm still testing out Dehancer. And then Photo Elite had sent me this video, or he sent me a link to this account, the Kazman with a Q. And that was, what a coincidence, because literally that was the last video I was watching before we started the stream. And it was a really good one. So let me go ahead and play this because I don't think there was music. So I should be okay, right?
Take you 4 hours, or if you want to spend 2 months creating a documentary, but dollars on is for you. And the temp comes, and when you good, they're not all do as beginner color I did when I started grading, because in my head, bell icon, let's get into it.
Yeah, so this one was like, stop using lift, gamma, and gain to balance your footage. And I was like, oh, wait, that's what I thought I was supposed to do. Because that's what, like, back in the day when I was, like, actually consuming a lot of YouTube videos around, like, DaVinci, when I was, like, starting to learn, it seemed like that's what people were saying. It's like, hey, don't use the temperature and tint. You should be using lift, gamma, and gain for a lot more fine-tuned control. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I just kind of, like, took it as gospel. And then, so this was confusing me as to why this person, who has such a good, big following, is telling me, hey, good sir, stop using lift, gamma, and gain. It's like, oh, what? Okay. Sid, you said, I thought you will not stream. No, I'm planning to stream every day unless I'm like traveling or something comes up. But I wasn't planning, well, yeah, so I left a message in the Discord just basically saying that I'm not going to be streaming in the morning because I just woken up late and stuff. So I was like, okay, forget that. But if I got through enough work, I wanted to at least do a late night stream. So it's not late night yet, but I figure I'll just do a few hours here. Photo, you said, anyways, I got to do some shit. Yeah, I know. You're supposed to lurk a while ago, man. What the hell? Also, add this to your to-do list. Add stream cord to your Discord and have it automatically tell people when you're live. Yo, yes. I was literally just chatting with someone off stream because they're apparently like an expert on Discord, and they help someone else that I know set up their Discord server and stuff. And so, yeah, they were just telling me, I think they might have even mentioned StreamCord. I could be wrong. But thank you very much, Photo Elite. That is definitely, you know what? I'm going to write that on my little to-do list paper thing here now. What is it? Add stream cord to Discord. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy your lurk. Or if you have to go fully, I appreciate it. StreamCord is the #1 free shout-out bot for Discord. Gotcha. All right. Well, we're going to make use of it. Yeah, because right now I just have like a manual. I set up an entire event calendar on my Discord, and it just automatically goes off at a certain time, but I'm always off from the time. So then it's like, yeah. So yeah, if there's a bot that does that, beautiful. So thank you very much. Thank you, Photo Elite. Be an adult, do your things. But thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to watch this video. What a coincidence. So now we have...
So now we're in Resolve, and the 2 clips that I'm using, you're going to get access to that because I love you guys. All I need in return is bots that are completely...
I watched most of this, but basically he shows a few different examples of how you could color grade. So he goes with like the typical approach first, which is the way I was kind of doing it, which was like the shitty way apparently. And it's definitely, it felt very shitty to me because it felt like I would just, you're just kind of like plugging one hole, but then yeah, it's like that kind of concept. So I would think I'm fixing one thing, but then it causes another issue. So then I go to that one, I try to fix it, and then it causes another issue, and I try to fix it, and it felt very free-for-all style. Emphasis on shout out bot and nothing else, says Photo Elite. There's so many other bots that have the same functionality, but does a billion other things besides. Oh, okay. Yeah, as long as it doesn't steal my credit card information and stuff. But yes, thank you, Mr. Elite. So kind. So generous. That's been the best part of streaming, I will say, is meeting people like Photo Elite and others who've taken time out of their day to give excellent advice. We've set up our microphone, even the quality of the audio coming through OBS. Like, these are all from people like Photo Elite and others. So yes, thank you guys. Okay, yeah, so in this first version, he's, what does it say? Balancing techniques, lift, gamma, and gain. So you just see him with his little circular dials, right? So this is the version I was seeing him work with, and now I'm a bit flustered because it's like, shit. With the new version, it's gone. So how exactly do we do the thing that he's going to show me? Because then he shows another version. And this one, what was this version?
A
again?
shot like this that needs a pretty heavy-handed shift, right? To bring it away from like this quadrant where it's sitting, we will just choke if we're using our HDR palette, temp, and tint. So let me show you what I mean. So obviously we're...
Oh yeah, so here he was saying like go into this HDR wheel and then you can change it there, but that's not what he's recommending either. So then this one was like a really cool option here. So maybe we'll try this one in lieu of not knowing how to do the other one.
Is our third way to do this. Used to be my all-time favorite. I was using it forever and ever and ever. If I just take you right here in color, and if we go to these printer lights, full printer light, half printer light, quarter printer light. So this is just basically like if you have a numpad, you'll have these numbers, right? 6, 9, 5, 8, 4, 7. So if you memorize this, and then you just like hit that button, and this is basically like looking at the image, I want to pull, what does this look like if I look at my vector scope? The image is really red and yellow. So we want to subtract that. So if I go to my printer lights and I just like add blue, this is what I'm doing right now. Your yellow is right here, your blue is right here. So we're subtracting.
Okay, we're going to try that. And the only way I know how is I need to freaking write down this, what was it? Under color. Printer light hotkeys. But where's the thing he just showed me? Printer light. Oh yeah, wait, why is it grayed out for me? No. Oh, do I have to set it up first maybe? Come on. Oh, there it is, okay. Printer light, half light, quarter printer light. Okay, I don't know. 1, 2, okay. But did he say he's doing a full printer light? Shit, let's keep watching.
What is this, that button? And this is, so if you memorize these numbers, printer light, quarter printer light. So this is just basically like if you have a numpad, you'll have these numbers, right? 6, 9, 5, 8, 4, 7. So if you memorize this, and then you just like hit that button, and this is basically like looking at the image, I want to pull, what does this look like if I look at my vector scope? The image is really red and yellow. So we want to subtract that. So if I go to my printer lights and I just like add blue, this is what I'm doing right now. Your yellow is right here, your blue is right here. So we're subtracting yellow by adding blue. Now,
okay. We're going to learn today. We are back in class. Okay. So, color, full. Let's just go with the full. I don't know why the other ones. I'm assuming it's just like a less intense adjustment. Okay, so let me do like a number pad. Let's do a big. What does it start with? 0, period, minus, plus. What the hell is that Chinese symbol there? All right, we're gonna ignore that one for now. So there is the, okay, so we need 1, 0, period. Oh shit. I already messed up. I've already messed up. Can't even do this correct. Let's try again. Okay. So the 0 is a longer pad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Shit. I've kind of already messed up again, but it's okay. This is going to be crude. So this one is the size of the 2. Then we got 1 and 1. Shit. Oh wait, no, the enter one doesn't count. There's no shortcut for enter. Okay, let's proceed. 1, 2, 3. And then a big one here. Then you got 7, 8, 9. And then the minus, asterisk, divide. I don't think those are necessary. Okay. City said, yo, can I get any of your old video projects raw file so I can learn by editing? Any short project, like 1 minute or something. Oh, interesting. I'm not opposed to it. It's just the file sizes are large. And I don't have any like fully made projects that I can send, I don't think, right now. Or maybe like an Instagram reel or something I could. Yeah, you know what? And this is what I want. So thank you for asking this, Sid. I have no reasons not to give it to you besides like it might just be complicated for me to figure out how to do it all or figure out the right clips and all that. But you also made me think like that is something I do want to do, where in the future, as we are like this guy here that we're watching, the Kazman, because he even says it in his video where he's like, hey, look, I'm gonna edit this thing, and basically I'm gonna include a link so you can download the actual files that I'm editing with. So I would love to do that similar thing where it's like, okay, I want to make tutorials on YouTube, and then I want to also provide you with the actual photo or videos or whatever. So I definitely want to do that. Let me think. Are you talking like any just raw clip, or you need like from some of the things I've made in the past, and then giving you like the beginning, middle, end of like the whole, whatever it's called, movie scene, clip? What do you call it? Yeah, I guess a project. But yeah, I'd be happy to, like, just give me some time to think how best to do that. Okay. In the meantime, we're just creating our little number pad system here. So I'm going to write down all of the things that is in the color section under full printer light. Yellow is this period button, yellow minus. Yellow minus. And then 3 is yellow plus. Magenta is 0. Magenta. And this is for minus. Number 2 is magenta. Magenta plus. Cyan is minus. Why the hell is it all the way? Shit, that's annoying. So cyan is the minus one. Cyan minus. But then the cyan plus is number 1, which is all the way diagonally across. How do people just remember this? This is kind of annoying. I'm assuming I could adjust the hotkeys maybe, but... Or maybe not, I don't know. Okay, so we're on the cyans. Cyan. How do you pronounce that? Cyan. Blue minus is number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue minus. Blue plus is number 9. Green minus is number 5. So I'm assuming 8 is green plus. Okay. And then red minus is 4. And red plus is 7. And master. Master plus is this one. The plus sign. And then master minus is the freaking Chinese symbol. So I don't, that's a wild card. I don't know which one that's going to be. So hopefully we never have to use the master. Okay, and then, oh, I wish I had a separate colored pen. Sid, you said my internet crashed when you answered my question. Ooh, don't worry, I'll respond again. Hey, what's up, Ikidis? How's it going? Thank you for those epic hypes. Yes, that is a lioness that I took a photo of in Kenya. Nairobi. No. In Masai Mara, Kenya. Hello, Ikidis. How are you doing? You caught me on a short stream, so I was supposed to stream at 6 a.m. today, but instead, here I am over 12 hours later. We started the stream at the top of the hour, something like that. But welcome, Ikidis. Hopefully you're doing well. Sid, to answer your question, I was saying, yes, I'm happy to share like my old raw files or such, depending on which ones, I guess, but generally speaking, I'm open to it. And I was saying that I kind of want to replicate even what this guy, the video we were just watching, Mr. Kazman, where he's editing this footage and he's providing a link to that footage, right? So it's like, hey, you can follow along with whatever I'm doing, so that way hopefully you can learn. So I would like to do that as well. But my only thing was like, I need clarity, like, are you talking like a full-on project where it's like I have multiple clips put together with music and everything else? Or are you talking about just like any one of my clips that you want to be able to edit if it's like an like a NEV NRAW file? Let me know. 6 a.m., that is so ambitious. Yes, it was very foolish, not just ambitious. Because last night's stream, I think I ended maybe around 1 a.m. or something. So I definitely went to sleep probably around 2. So yeah. Well, who was I kidding, right? But here we are. Look, I didn't want to miss a day. So right now we are actually, you're late to class, essentially, Ikidis, right? We're learning today. Would you look at that? Class is in session. Can you imagine what this is? I don't even know if it's reversed. I don't know if it's showing reverse or not. But this is my number keypad, or whatever you call that, the numpad. And we're learning how to be better colors graders. What the hell do you call people who do color stuff? We're learning to be a better colorist, okay? And so as part of that, I'm looking at this clip and I was like, okay, I want to reduce the coolness, at least as the baseline. And this video we were watching from this really smart dude named, I'm not even going to pronounce it correctly, but we'll call him WQ. And he talks about the different ways you can actually edit colors in DaVinci. And the best way that he has, unfortunately, I don't know how to do it because my software updated since this video, so I don't know how to replicate it. But the other one, it looks like we can. So the yaps were strong. I approve. Yes. And takes notes. Yes, please do. Make sure to take notes. I can't guarantee there won't be a quiz, or there will, but it's for your own good. But yeah, right now, apparently, these are all hotkeys that I can punch to adjust the colors. And I think what I have to do is I have to learn now the complementary colors, which is like, I don't even know what that is. I understand, but I don't. Oh, wait. Yo. Hold on a minute. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing my screen. I just figured it out. Okay. So this is what I was looking at before, and I was like, shit. The guy's video here, which is really cool, he kind of goes into his style of editing, but then he's using this kind of color wheel that you see there, and I wasn't seeing this. So I was like assuming it's because I've edited my DaVinci, but it turns out it was here the whole time. So F me, right? We did all this for nothing. I mean, maybe we'll still do this at some point, because he did say this style, like this technique is the one that used to be his go-to until he discovered this new thing. So, look at us wasting time. Ikidis, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? Any more horses have been ridden in the past? I think has it been a day or two that I talked to you last. Okay, so that means I do need to watch this video again. We're gonna learn today. We're in Cosmin's class.
That you make is very direct. It's like just plus and minus that thing that you're doing, instead of like, you know, how everything in Resolve, and especially the primary.
Oh wait, I might have skipped
when
too
you
far
get
ahead.
stuff from like that, all that stuff when it comes back, it's in linear color space, and then we have to like use color space transform to convert it back to whatever color space that we're going to be working in, right? And that's happening because in the linear color space, the every change that you make is the primary's work, some track linear. So now if I go here and turn,
Okay, here we go, here we go.
and just go to gamma,
Right
and turn
click
this to linear,
gamma
nothing really
linear.
happens, then I
Right click gamma linear. Gamma, we're choosing linear. Yes, yes. And then in the offset, Luma mix to 0. Okay, I think I'm following along so far.
have to go in my Luma mix and turn that off, because if I don't turn this off, that's going to throw off the entire operation, because the entire point of how we want to use our linear color space is for balancing, and we're only going to be messing with our gain. Your gain will become basically like your global offset, but even better. Like my experience is that it is so much faster to balance your footage, and the results are just to die for. I mean, just watch this, right? So like now if I just go here and I'm basically just looking at my image and I'm going, I want to just go back and remove this. So I can just go in my gain and I can just start doing this.
Look at that. That's all he's doing. He's just literally clicking on the wheel and then just dropping it. And then he's essentially just mapping from the whatever shows up on the vector scope. These words are so meaningless to me. I still need to kind of understand. Like, I do know that this diagonal line that pops in here is supposed to represent like the skin tone. So like you want to map how the light is bouncing off the face to match with that diagonal line. That part I have learned, but like what does it mean for vector scope and waveform? That's a good question for ChatGPT. Sid, you said I wanted and edit a multiple clip project, but I think that would be a really huge size file. It unfortunately will be for the raw files. We're talking like for a minute of footage, because I usually shoot 4K at least, and in the log format it's like in the gigabytes. So just as an FYI, can you tell me where can I find this kind of clips to practice editing? Like, are you talking about this guy in general? Yeah, here, let me just send you the link of this video. Dude name is Kazman. I believe in his actual video he has a little link there. I should have it. Akidis, he said, great, thanks. No IRL horses this weekend, but lots of horse edits. I see, I see. Well, that sounds exciting. I haven't touched horses since the chubby ones that we were looking at the other day. But my understanding is, at least from the locals that I met here who own horses, they have to go to the stables every day. Like, they're literally every day spending time with their horses, which I guess it makes sense. Like, not to say, I don't know if you view horses, like if you own a horse, is it the same as like when you own a pet? I'm assuming there's like degrees of difference there. But in the same way that obviously you need to spend time with your dog, let's say, or take them on walks and do all the other stuff, or listen, cats are different. They can just survive on their own. But I guess, yeah, for horses, you do have to maintain them, or like, I don't know all the terms for that. But that's kind of crazy to me in my mind of like, yo, what kind of lifestyle do you have that you're able to spend every day going into the stables and riding your horse around, or taking care of them, grooming them, and everything else? Or I guess maybe people hire someone to do that. But it seems like the people I met, I mean, they love their horses. So they want to be out, at the stables every day with them. They're like they're forming a bond with them and all that. And the same thing goes to the falcons. So like the falconers, is that what you call them? But the local Emiratis here who own all the falcons, these guys are out with the falcons every day going for hunts. In the summer it's different because it's too hot, so they put the falcons in like these big airport hangars, and the falcons just hang out in air conditioned big ass environment the whole summer. But then outside of the heat time, they're literally taking the falcons out every day to go for like hunts and like trainings and stuff like that. It's like, yo, what a lifestyle. I'm a bit jealous. I mean, the videos you do, Sid. Oh yeah. Listen, let's figure this out. Because the other thing I was mentioning to you is like, that is something I want to do in the future. Is like, I want to be able to create these kind of YouTube tutorial videos on YouTube, and then put links there for, it's like, hey, you can follow along. Here's like the clip that I used, stuff like that. I think that'd be a nice little return. But yeah, unfortunately right now it's like, I don't know how easy it is for me to send you all these raw files because they are massive. I don't really work in MP4s, or everything I shoot is 99.99% of the time it's going to be in NRAW NEV, and these files are like in the hundreds of megabytes, if not in the tens of gigabytes at times. So this is why I always have to travel with like 1 terabyte memory cards in my camera and stuff just for this.
Like I wasn't even so much looking at my image. I was just like focusing right here in my vector scope, and I moved it around. And just that fast, we're done with our...
Okay, so we did the thing, Luma mix, blah, 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 gamma is in linear. Now, supposedly, shit, where did I take it? Oh, here it is. Supposedly, can I just reduce this a bit? Come on. Work with me. Work with me, buddy. What did I do? Wait, I wanted more than just one. Shit. This is how little I know how to use DaVinci. You guys are watching me struggle to the maximum here. Okay, we'll just go with the 1. Okay, supposedly, what if I have this guy here? Now, where's my little... It should come with the little, like, microscope thing or whatever. So when I hover over colors, it will show me what the colors are. Why can't I get any of this to work? Display qualifier focus. Isn't that what I'm talking about? Show skin tone indicator. Yes, yes. Wait, can I reset the view? Okay, there we go. Now, where's my little qualifier? Nope. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? That's a me problem. You're seeing some user errors here. Ikidis, he said it's different for everyone. If your horse lives on your property, oh yeah, that's true too, I guess. It's just in my world, I'm thinking like city life, so no one... Can you have horses in the city here? Maybe. They do have villas and stuff. If your horse lives on your property, then you'll obviously see them every day for grooming, feeding, turnout, etc. My horse lives on a small farm down the road, and part of the fees I pay for her to stay there includes groom salary, and they do the feeding, grooming, and general care. I normally visit her around 3 times a week for riding or just to spend time together. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's probably similar to... Because I have some friends here who, I don't know if they still are like into horse riding and stuff, but I know one of them, she was doing something similar to you. Like she was paying some amount of fee to have a horse. Oh wait, no, it wasn't her horse though. She was just paying to be able to like go on rides and like, I don't know. It was an interesting thing where it's like they work out a deal where it's like her horse essentially, but then the stables takes care of the horse on the regular. But yeah, I'm saying like some of these Emirati guys, listen, their lifestyle is it's quite posh, okay? So if you're an Emirati, like your life is made in many ways because like the government gives you a lot of benefits. You're a small percentage, like you're not that many people out there in the UAE, and so they like throw all kinds of benefits at you, and you're also most likely very well off. And so some of these guys, yeah, they got all these horses, and they, like I said, they literally get to spend time every day just chilling with the horses. Like, yo, what are you like retired at such a young age? Like, do you have a day job, or is the day job just like a, like what do you call it? It's just like a little sticker you put on you, and like it's not real. But very jealous sometimes. Why is it not working? Now it's working. It's not really working yet, and my God. It's a little bit embarrassing that I don't know how to do simple things like this. I should probably look into it. Show skin tone indicator, show 2x zoom. Extents. Because in the past, it just worked naturally without me doing anything. I should just be able to hover my mouse over this thing, and you'll see like instantly what the colors are. Like the way you're seeing this guy, right? So here, watch. When he moves his mouse...
Balance. So now what I have to do, because I was just like, I want to just go back and remove...
When
this,
he
so
moves his mouse, you're seeing it actually shift where his mouse is. Can I do it without? Maybe I can just do it anyways. Okay, cool. It's not what I was looking for, but I'm just going to do this anyways. Okay, so at the very least, just by moving it is telling me what's changing. So that's good. Okay, let's assume something like this is a bit more natural, maybe. And then waveform. I don't know what this means. We have so much to learn. Oh, there we go. Okay. Shit. Actually, this is a good question for ChatGPT. Let's go to my streamer mode. Hello, Ember. Are you there?
Hello. Yep, I'm right here and listening. What can I help you with today?
Well, I'm right here and speaking. You can help me today with a bit of DaVinci Resolve. Now, specifically, I'm trying to learn how to be a colorist. I believe that's a term. And I know nothing, okay? And so I'm trying to understand, how do people use the waveform, the vector scope, and the parade when it comes to actually adjusting for their colors? What are some of the red flags that they look for? Is it like, oh, if you see some color above a certain number on the waveform, is that a warning sign? Is it supposed to be spread out? I have no idea. Now, histogram I'm a bit more familiar with, but yes, if you can just tell me a little bit more about these things, that would be super, super helpful.
Absolutely, let's dive in. So when you're working as a colorist in DaVinci Resolve, those scopes you mentioned, the waveform, the vector scope, and the parade, they're basically your best friends for understanding what's going on with your image's color and brightness. So quick rundown. The waveform monitor basically shows you the luminance or brightness levels of your image. It can show you how bright or dark different parts of the image are from bottom to top. And you kind of want to make sure you're not clipping any highlights or crushing any shadows unless you're doing that for a creative reason. The vector scope is all about color. It's a circular scope that shows you where your colors are landing, and it helps you see if you're leaning too much into one color tone. So if you see everything drifting towards red or towards blue, you know you might have a color cast that you want to fix. And then the parade is like having a separate waveform for each color channel, red, green, and blue, so you can see if one channel is way out of balance compared to the others. If the red channel is sitting way higher than the others, you might have a red tint you need to correct. In general, you're looking for balance. If you see extreme spikes or one color channel going way off the charts, that's a red flag. But it's all about using these scopes to guide you and then trusting your eyes and your creative intent. So you'll get the hang of it with a bit of practice.
Now, I see a few words here, like I can turn on something called low pass filter and display qualifier focus. Should I have those things turned on, and what's the function there?
Yeah, absolutely. I can explain those. So in DaVinci Resolve, when you see something like a low pass filter in the context of your scopes, that's basically a way of smoothing out the data. So you're not looking at a bunch of tiny spikes and noise. It just makes the scope a little easier to read by kind of averaging out some of that detail. It's not mandatory, but if you find that the scopes look a little noisy, turning that on can just make things clearer. Now, the display qualifier focus is more about when you're using the qualifier tool to select a certain color range. It helps you see exactly what part of the image is being selected by the qualifier. So that's more of a tool for when you're doing specific color selections and you want to see exactly what you're affecting. If you're just starting out, you might not need it right away, but it's a handy tool as you get more comfortable. So basically, these are just extra little features to help you fine-tune your adjustments.
So is there a way I can just have only 2 of these scopes turned on? For example, right now, I have them separated out as like a separate window in DaVinci, and it's showing all 4 stacked vertically, and I'm not able to choose an option that lets me just show 2 of them. I don't want to see, for instance, right now I just want to see the waveform and the vector scope, but I don't know how to actually deactivate the others visually, so I can just only have those 2 on my screen.
Absolutely, you can totally customize that. So in DaVinci Resolve, what you can do is go into your scopes panel. Usually if you have them as a separate window, there's a little settings or options menu in the top corner of that scopes panel. And from there, you can actually choose which scopes you want to display. So you can turn off the parade, you can turn off the histogram, and just leave the waveform and the vector scope up. It's just a matter of toggling those settings. And once you do that, you'll have just the two scopes you want on your screen, and you can arrange them however you like.
It's not as easy as you make it sound, unfortunately. So I'm on the color tab, right? And right now, for instance, I got rid of the window, so it's back inside of the little scope section on the bottom right. However, I don't see a way to show more than one. So for instance, I can only switch between the other options. So right now it's on waveform, but there is no I don't see a way for me to say, hey, turn on others or only show one or two. And I've seen other people have like two of them. I used to have two of them, I think, at some point on my screen if I'd like to. So is this something from the top bar? Like, do I have to go into one of the top bar tabs to like find a way to activate them or deactivate?
Got it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying now. So if you're in the color tab and you want to see multiple scopes at once, you do actually need to go up to the top menu. So if you head to the top bar, there's a workspace menu. A new workspace, there's an option called video scopes, and you can choose show scopes in a detached window if that helps you get them out of that bottom corner.
Hold on one second.
Or if you want to keep them in.
So I'm following you so far where I'm on workspace. I go to video scopes. However, I only have 3 options available. I can turn it on. Then there's one called 1 up. And then there's one called 4 times 1 up. Whereas the ones that say 2 up, 4 up, and 9 up are grayed out.
I see exactly what's going on. So basically those options that are grayed out, like the 2 up or the 4 up or 9 up, those let you see multiple scopes at once. And if they're grayed out, it's usually because the panel is docked in a way where DaVinci Resolve only lets you show one at a time. So the trick is you might need to undock it. If you go to that workspace menu, choose video scopes, and then pick something like on or floating, it'll pop out into a separate window. And once it's floating, you should be able to pick those 2 up or 4 up options. That'll let you have 2 scopes side by side or more. And then you can just pick the waveform and the vector scope.
Let's move on for now, just because I'm not able to figure it out. Now, can you tell me for the vector scope, generally speaking, for instance, with the current visual that I'm looking at, I see a big white blob somewhat just kind of like hovering on its own. Now, is it generally speaking, do I need to kind of adjust my gain or my gamma or lift or whatever it is? Do I need to adjust it so that big white blob is more in the center of the crosshairs?
Yeah, absolutely. So with the vector scope, that white blob you're seeing is basically showing you where the colors in your image are concentrated. And the center of the vector scope is neutral, meaning there is no color cast or tint. So if that blob is hanging out off to the side, it's basically showing you that your image is leaning towards that color. Now, you don't always have to bring it exactly to the center unless you're aiming for a perfectly neutral look. If you want a creative tint or a certain color braid, it can be off-center on purpose. But if you're just trying to neutralize it, then yeah, you can use your lift, gamma, gain, or your color wheels to nudge that.
All right. That was a long lesson there, but I think we've solved a few things. So we've got the color temperature thing figured out. So again, as a repeat, all I need to do is right-click the node, then go to gamma, click on linear for the gamma type, and then we drop the luma mix all the way to 0, and then within the gain wheel, I'm able to just kind of click in the center and start moving it around. And in this case, I just kind of shifted it so the blob was a little bit more towards the center, and it does look pretty good. Like, this is acceptable to me. Yeah. So now we also have... Oh, wait, hold on one second. Hold the phone. I completely forgot. It is not okay because I was adjusting with the other node turned on. Okay, let's see if we want to fix it. Because generally speaking, I think it's best. I think it's best to do all the color temperature stuff first, like the balance, the white balance and stuff like that. I think it's better to do it before you do any of the crazy LUTs and the crazy, other things you're doing for the colors. So let's see what we need to do to adjust this. Simple enough though, so I'm just trying to make this look normal. Probably something like this. Okay, so now let's turn this back on. And then let's start making adjustments here. So let's assume for now I'm going to choose the same one, the Kodak Ektar 100. That's the one we used for the prior image or prior clip. And then let's start choosing some of these other options here and see what pops. So previously we used Fujifilm 3513 print film. So ideally I want to kind of stick to the same style for the whole thing. I do want it to feel like the entire trailer should feel like it's a seamless single piece of work, as opposed to everything is color graded completely differently and different styles are clashing. So when possible, I do want to make sure all of them have the same vibe. And the vibe, like we said, is we're trying to desaturate a bit, keep it, if we have some colors to it, it's going to be a little bit on the cool tone, add a bit of vintagey vibes and the grain and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of the colors, let's see if we can adjust it a bit. Okay. Look at that film effect. All right. Tonal cast. So again, most of these things that I'm playing with, I have zero ideas, like in terms of what does it mean? What does it do? We're kind of learning together. I'm probably going to speak out loud a bit more, and also with ChatGPT, just so I can start learning this. I need to ingrain it into my mind, right? So for instance here, let's see. Okay, Ember, I'm back into editing mode and we're using Dehancer yet again. So I would like for you to kind of help me out. I'm going to walk through some of the things I'm doing, and if you can just tell me if I'm describing these things correctly or not. So for instance, we are on Dehancer, and currently I've chosen the print profile called Fujifilm 3513 print film. And there's a few options underneath, but essentially I can target the whites, the exposure, and the tonal cast, and the color density. So if I remember correctly, the color density is trying to make the colors a bit more defined or bold, as opposed to like a saturation effect, which would increase the vibrancy across everything. Does the color density just look for areas where colors are different from others and then tries to add a bit of like kind of like a clarity effect to it?
Yeah, you're on the right track. So when you're using something like Dehancer and you pick a print profile like that Fujifilm print stock, what it's doing is kind of emulating the look of that film. And the color density slider is a bit more like how dense or rich the colors feel rather than just pure saturation. So it's not exactly like vibrance or saturation where everything just gets turned up equally. It's more like it makes the colors a bit more robust and gives them more depth in a film-like way. So you're kind of right that it's a little bit like adding a sense of clarity or definition to the color without just blasting the saturation up. It's more selective and more about how those colors feel in terms of depth. So yeah, you're describing it pretty accurately. It's more like enriching the existing color rather than just turning the saturation dial up.
All right. Okay, so I kind of want to... I have to remember what we did here. So this is what we ended up with. Let's see if we do the same thing, what would happen? Wait, no. Let's add another one. Gamma linear, luma mix to 0, and then we'll adjust the gain. Okay. You know what? Actually, we're gonna redo this one as well. Now that we learned a little bit more about like how to do proper color stuff. So let's say we're gonna add a new node. We're gonna hide these ones. So this one's gonna be our Dehancer one. Kodak, Fujifilm. All right, we'll take it one step at a time like last time. So let's increase the contrast here. Something called gamma correction. I think it's better to drop it a little bit. Let me There we go. Okay. Color separation. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine as is. Color boost. No. So we want to drop the boost a bit. Hey, thank you very much, Rinbo. Rinbo, thank you very much. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so I want to drop the saturation a bit here. Because we do want that kind of monochrome. So the name of the game for this trailer is monochrome. Desaturated, monochrome, dark. And cool. So a lot. We're trying a lot here, okay? I think right now this looks okay. So then let's move to the next one. Film compression. Oh, wait. Let's do the push-pull real quick. Okay, so let's push. Because I'm assuming this is on the pull side when it goes to 2. And it's giving more of a faded look. Whereas I think I kind of want to test if we can make it a bit more dark look. So let's go with that. All right, now let's move on. So we're on film compression. So I believe film compression. Ember. I'm trying to remember. So the concept of film compression. So essentially this is taking the brightest, like the highlights and the shadows, and it's essentially trying to compress that. So it's trying to remove a bit of the lightest elements and a bit of the darkest elements and bring it more towards like the middle. Is that a decent way to describe it, or is there a better way to describe that?
Yeah, that's a pretty solid way to think about it. Essentially, film compression is doing just that. It's taking those really bright highlights and those really deep shadows, and it's kind of squeezing them so that they're not as extreme. And the idea is to give your image more of that filmic look where nothing is too blown out or too crushed. It kind of brings those extremes a little closer to the middle, exactly like you said. So yeah, you can think of it as just narrowing that dynamic range a little bit so that the highlights and shadows kind of roll off more gently. And you get that nice filmic feel. So you're spot on with that description.
Hold on a second. Are you saying, because I'm just not as familiar with film technology or actual films that were done with film style, right? So for like the film style, do they tend to not be very high dynamic range shots? Or do they kind of flatten the the shots a bit more? Is it more faded, generally speaking, or what do you mean by that?
Yeah, absolutely. I can clarify that a bit. So when we talk about film, like actual old school film stocks, they do have a different kind of dynamic range than digital sensors. And what people often mean when they talk about film compression is that film has this natural way of rolling off highlights and shadows a little more gently. So instead of having a super high dynamic range where everything is really bright or really dark, film tends to kind of smooth it out. And that gives it that sort of classic filmic look where you don't have these harsh clipping highlights or really crushed shadows. It's a little more gentle and a little more forgiving. So when you're using a tool like Dehancer and you're applying film compression, you're kind of mimicking that effect. You're taking those really bright highlights or those really dark shadows and making them a little softer, a little less extreme. And that just kind of gives you that nice filmic feel. So it's not that film doesn't have dynamic range. It's just that the way it handles those extremes is a bit smoother and more subtle. And that's what you're recreating digitally.
Okay. Okay. So then, generally speaking, best practice would be if I want to emulate the film style, I should not be having such high contrast or high contrast, high dynamic range in terms of the shots. Is there a certain, like, should it lean more towards the dark or the bright in terms of like how bright or darkly lit the shot is overall? Or does that not matter? It's more, you're saying it's a bit more compressed overall, but it can still be like an overall dark shot or an overall bright shot?
Yeah, exactly. So you've got it. It's not so much that you have to aim for a darker overall shot or a brighter overall shot to get that film look. It's more about the way the highlights and shadows are handled. So you can absolutely have a bright scene or a dark scene, but what the film style will do is just make sure that those really bright highlights kind of roll off more gently and those shadows roll off more gently as well. So it's not that you need to light your shot differently in terms of overall brightness. It's just that you'll get that nice gentle compression so it feels more like film. So yeah, it can be a bright scene, it can be a dark scene. It's just that overall softer roll off that gives you that film look.
You know what I like about ChatGPT? I can ask any question, and unlike most humans that I would ask these kind of questions to, she will always say, yeah, you got it right. Yeah, of course, I understand what you're asking. When a normal human being be like, yo, you didn't make any sense, whatever you just asked there. Could you repeat yourself? So I do appreciate that about ChatGPT here. Okay, so we did the expand. Now there's a bit of like a bluish tone to the snow, which I do want to remove, but that might be a step that comes later here under color head. Let's choose our prints. Let's enable it first. Cineon, Fujifilm, Kodak. Yo, this one actually looks bomb. Oh shit, we're about to completely switch from what we used before. Hold on a minute. Okay, so initially we chose this one because we said we like the cooler tones because that's kind of the vibe of this entire film, right? It's Mongolia in the winter time. So fair, I hear you myself from yesterday and today. This one looks so cool. It's a bit more on the warm side, right? You know what? Let's stick with this Kodak 2383 print film. And then we can always change the color head a little to make it cooler. But I think I kind of like the current lighting on it a bit more than the prior one. Let me see. Oh yeah, see, we can make it cool already. Hells yeah. All right, there we go. Problem solved. So I think that's good. Exposure, yikes. None of that. Tonal contrast. Color density. Let's go with 7. Okay, now let's see. We're on color head. I don't think we need to change much now. Besides, is it cyan? Cyan? Oh wait, we need to enable it first. Okay, so it is working right now, which is good. Okay. Negative 1.9. Got it. Oh, you know what? Let's look at the vector scope. Okay. What next? Oh wait, let's look at the shadows, tones. Okay, so close to 0 on that one. Mid-tones. Sometimes I like to try to adjust the sliders without actually looking at the numbers. So I'm just visually looking at the screen, or like my shot, and trying to get a sense of like, what do I think without knowing the numbers? Because sometimes I feel like the numbers can bias you. Like if you see like, oh, okay, I'm at 0, or it's like, oh, it's closer to a positive or a negative number. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it can bias my decision. So okay, I think this looks good. So it's a negative 7 on the midtones. Highlights, let's see. Okay, so I don't want any of this. But I don't want that. That's a little too weird. This is too blue. Negative 41. Oh no, it gets better. Whoops. Alright, negative 13. I think that's good. Now let's go to film grain. Film grain is already enabled. So we have the 35 ISO 250. Now, if I remember what ChatGPT told me, the industry standard is 16 millimeters ISO 250. So we'll go with that one. And what did they say? So the ISO numbers, the lower the number, the larger the grain. The higher the number, the smaller the grain. Is that right? Yes, yes. Okay. So for instance, a 65 millimeter, the grain size is much smaller compared to when we chose the 35, or let's say if we go with the 8 millimeter, now it's like the grain is massive. It's like you can't even make out the texture at times. So it seems like 16 millimeters 250 is considered like one of the more popular choices, I guess, for film. So we're going to try that. Halation. All right, let's turn this on and let's see. Oh yeah, let's keep testing real quick. Negative 4.3. Okay, so that still works. Because at some point, whatever change we made this color head stop working. So, all right, 35, super 35, halation. Let's enable it. Okay. Let's just keep it on the default of 70. Let's test the color real quick. Yes, it still works. Negative 4.3. So we got film grain, halation, bloom. Let's enable that. Okay. I think we can probably leave it on the defaults for all these, but let's see. Or you know what? Should we just go all in? Maybe we'll go all in. Let's do like let's do 80. Same thing. Let me test it again. Yes, still working. So I'm hoping I ran into like a glitch that won't occur again. Film damage. Yes. Enabled. And let's check the temperature again. Yes, still working. I think that's it, because we didn't really touch the other ones. And then vignette. Let's enable the vignette. Test the color, still working. But then let's change up the feathering real quick. Let's do a wider aspect ratio like this. And then let's include the feather. Okay. All right, I think that's good. Testing the color one more time. All good. So I wonder what caused the problem then when it stopped working. Well, listen, all we know is we have now made this look really nice. Now, the problem we run into is that with all of the edits we're applying to this, it does mean that it will be kind of slow in terms of how long it can render. Seems okay here though. Okay, now we're gonna do one more test here because I'm trying to figure out what caused the problem, you know? Because here it looks okay. Well, we want to redo everything, so. So I'm going to copy this guy. Control C. Control V. Yo, that looks so dramatic. I like it. Okay, okay. So far it's good. Okay. Keep getting nervous because like I don't know what caused. Okay, see, it still works. Negative 4.3. Let's move on then. Okay, so let's do same thing as last. I want to kind of adjust the colors properly. So what do I need to do on this one? What did I do on this one? Ah, okay, we more did that. Okay, so let's add a quick node in here. This one is going to be the same thing. We're going to go to gamma, linear, luma mix to 0, and then we're just going to move around our gain until it feels more reasonable. Photo, you said, after driving for an hour, I've come to the conclusion that I want a heating pad for my chair this winter. Just having that heater on in the car is such a godsend for my back injury. Okay, I'm not laughing about the back injury part. I didn't see that coming. But I am laughing thinking about a heating pad. Because for me, it's like I want the opposite. I just want an ice pack I can just put on my chair at all times. I do have like I have this little creaky little massage thing though that's supposed to be plugged in, but I think I lost the actual plug for this. So it's supposed to be one of those electric massage chairs. I think I bought it for cheap on Amazon. But even without it turned on, it feels nice to just have something. I can only hope that it's a bit more ergonomic, hopefully. But yeah, I forget, Photo, where you say, do you live in Sweden? Is that right? Am I mixing you up with some other people? That's my assumption, because you said you're making it sound like this winter season for you. Wait, it's August. You are in Sweden? Oh, well, okay. So is it just cold in Sweden all year round or something? Are you guys just like miserable all the time? I'm saying that as a joke because I would love to be in the cold all the time. Okay, I think that's about right. I live in Sweden and winter is not far away. No, we get a few months of good heat, but once it starts cooling down, it goes fast. I see, I see. But what do you mean by good heat, and what do you mean, like, how cold does it get in Sweden? Give me a number. Throw a number out there for us. Yo, this is so dramatic. I love it. Okay, let's keep going. So basically, I'm just undoing the thing that I copied yesterday because we got a new style of trying to figure shit out. So now I will say the grain is quite noticeable. It's like a bit more grain than I normally would prefer. But ChatGPT did say that this is like considered the, what is it, like the industry standard grain. But you know what? Life is about pushing back from the norm. So we might choose one of the finer grain options. Yeah, we might try one of the finer grain options. Photo, you say, right now we got 16 degrees Celsius. Ooh, okay, okay. A month ago it was 26. Man, that's a good range to be in, okay? I like when if my room and my apartment is at around 21 degrees, that's a nice chill. Because that's like the kind of chill where if you're under the blankets, you just feel cozy, you know? But I did hear like sleeping in the cold is like better for you or something like that. But the moment it gets 24, definitely 24 degrees in the apartment, I feel it. Like I feel like I'm overheating. All right, let's see what 35 millimeter looks like. $35 is not bad. Wait, is that what I had before? Shit, I don't know. Oh, it is what it was before. Wait, what? Why did I say it's not bad, though? I thought it was, like, noticeably bad to me. Or maybe it's because when I pause it, it looks more noticeable. Okay, we'll stick with it for now, but... So right now, yeah, so negative is 16. Add in wind shear. Is that what you guys call that? What did we just say? Oh, we say wind chill. Wind shear. And the actual temp might be closer to 10 degrees. Yikes. Yeah, okay, true. I guess if you're outside in the wind, that's... Man, nothing like the wind that bites through. Still, I prefer that to the heat. The rule of thumb is, if it gets cold, if it gets too cold, you can always put on more layers. If it gets too hot, you can only take off so much, right? Before you end up in jail. So, I think that's a good reason as to, if ever someone wants to debate me on why it's better to be too hot than too cold. Psh. Also, imagine if you have to die one way. Would you rather die in the cold or like freezing to death? Or do you want to die from the heat, dehydration, the fevers, the sensation of burning, right? Let's be real. We would all take the cold. So, I rest my case. All right, same thing. We're going to do the gamma, linear, luma mix to 0. Yo, damn, low bass guy. Hello, hello. Jesus. Dude, low bass, you treat me too well. Is it too... Oh, thank you very much, Dator. Dator, thank you for the follow. I'm assuming, I can only assume, you're coming from this epic raid from low bass guy. Low bass guy, thank you, thank you. Is it too early for me to call you a sugar daddy? Because that's how I'm feeling right now. You treat me too well. You treat me too well. Thank you very much, low bass. Jokes aside there. Wow, you were having quite the stream then. Listen, I was meaning to just do like a casual stream here. We started pretty late. Yo, Dig Photo. Good to see you again. Man, Dig Photo's here. Who else was here? Ikidis. I feel like Ikidis, did you come? She might have discovered the stream through you, Dig, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe everyone came through low bass. That's a good assumption, though. But thank you, guys. Creatives supporting creatives. Yes. Oh, yeah. Low bass. I've stuck to what I told you I would do, right? So every day now, as I'm like just doing my off-stream stuff, I am making sure to check out, see who else is out there. It's been really fun, I have to say, like seeing some of these other creative people out there. Who was the lady who she was streaming being on a kayak at sunrise, and I was like, dude, like this is like the coolest thing ever. I would love to do stuff like that in the future, but yes, thank you very much, low bass guy. Thanks for being here. I don't know what time it is for you, but it is a Sunday, so at the very least, I'm assuming you're not at work. Creative supporting creatives. So low bass guy from the web creative community is sending the hype to Yobel Prize. Can't wait to witness the wildlife edits and travel stories. Yes, thank you very much, and thank you to the web creative community. It is actually very, very epic. Everyone I've talked to that's come from there. Also, low bass guy, I think everyone knows you. It's like, I feel like you're in all the crevices and corners of Twitch. So, yes, thank you very much. Photo, you said, I guess I got to do this since I was lurking over there. Nice. Oh, is this a thing? Oh, do I not know the rules of the creative community? Oh, I might be breaking rules. Yeah, I did an intro yesterday. Or today? Yeah, I think I forgot to do it. Oh, thank you very much, Infuogue Creativo. And thank you, No Excuses, Nix. Yo, you guys are way too kind. I'm assuming you guys are all part of that same community. I'm going to give you guys follows here. It's no coincidence that people are following me right now. I can only assume it is the low bass guy community. So thank you guys. Thank you. What are we doing right now? I think she came with my raid last week. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I do appreciate you for doing that because we met some cool people, Ikidis included. So then we made sure to return the favor. So we gave her a raid a few days ago, and then yeah, she was doing some epic horse photo stuff, and it's like, yo, that's exactly the kind of stuff I enjoy doing. It's like if I can't photograph wildlife when I'm in Dubai, I would love to photograph falcons and horses because they are pretty big in the culture here. So, but yes, that's awesome. And Debbie CSM, yeah, dude, her stream was so cool, and she also had like a very soothing voice to go with the sunrise. As she's on a freaking kayak on a lake. And I'm just like, where do you live that you get to have this just in your backyard? A lot of thoughts, a lot of questions. I didn't get to ask her everything, but 12:45 for me. Gotcha. I am the cockroach of Twitch in every corner. Listen, your words, not mine. They all know me, but nobody admits to it. Fair enough. And Infoque Creativo. I keep wanting to say Infuego. Infoque Creativo 62. I also follow Low Base and Dig Photo. Nice. Yeah, you guys are all super chill people, man. I have to say. I have not yet met someone who seems like an asshole. It's called a raid call. Basically, something the people coming with the raid does to show support for the people. Oh, okay. So I will keep that in mind. Is this like is it just like you can type anything and just mentioning like the web community and like shout out? Or is there like some kind of copy paste thing? God, I was chatting with someone in Discord today who said she was already helping me out, just like answering some basic questions and some other questions about like how can you improve your Discord. And then Photo Elite was mentioning I put it down in my notes. Shit, where are my notes? Add stream cord to Discord. So look at that. We got our own homework assignment. Nice to see photographers on Twitch. Yes, let me give an introduction to who I am. I probably should have done that from the beginning, but as you can see, I'm very slow with it when it comes to reading the chat and with life in general. Ikidis epic photos of horses or photos of epic horses? Both. Well, Ikidis was showing some epic footages of horses from like some competition I think she was shooting. And then we were showing some of the photos that I took from Mongolia on a future trip of this is going to be the fattest horse you've ever seen in your life. So in honor of her, let's go ahead and open up my Lightroom and I'll show you the fattest horse. And we thought initially that this is a gang of pregnant horses. But I did remember a fact that my guide told me when I was in Mongolia. He told me that the farmers or whoever owns the horses, they will keep the manes of the male horses, the stallions, whatever, intentionally long while they'll trim the females so that way they can tell them apart. So all of that is to say these horses are not pregnant. They are just fat. Like when I say fat, I'll show you what I mean. There's like levels to this, and we've discovered the king of them all. It's like, you think my cat is chubby? Yo, wait till you see this one. All right, when was this trip? Here it is. All right, let's see. So we haven't gotten to this trip yet because it's we got like maybe 10 more trips to go before we can actually show this. But these are some of them. Let me see. We were just kind of playing. I think there's one. So all these horses were kind of trotting towards me. Okay, so this is one shot of it, okay? Is stream buffering or is it just me? Well, it's probably buffering. Are you guys able to see me still? Testing. 1, 2, 3. A lot of streamers... Oh, in the meantime, let me read this. You passed the test. It's specific per channel. A lot of streamers have their own raid calls. Our chatbot mentions the community, but it's not a necessary part of the raid. Gotcha. Are you guys back? Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? All refresh. It had a hiccup. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but Twitch and Kick occasionally will hiccup, as you say, whereas YouTube it tends to be the strongest, or it seems like maybe if it has a hiccup, it somehow knows how to keep the video going, whereas on Twitch, it might even just like cut the stream and then start a new one, which is super annoying. I don't know if there's a way around that. Okay, in the meantime, so we were editing these horses, but I'll show you the fattest version of this, all right? It's like fat in the PH, all right? It's like the coolest PHAT horse, and it is also rotund. That was the term we came up with for this horse. Here, let's see. And it also, look at the hair, right? Like everything about it just looks so cool. Oh yeah, and then we had some nice moments here. I'm going to edit them eventually. Very lovely moment with these two horses. But let's see if I can find the best version of it. Yeah, I guess maybe that one, the one I was looking at. Look at this guy. Now that's rotund. Didn't we decide that those are all prego fillies? No. Photo, it's definitely not. Or not, I never say never, right? But I have a recollection of a conversation I had with the guide who told me that the male stallions have long hair, So like the owners keep the hairs long so they can differentiate between them. Whereas the females are the ones with the trimmed hair. So like this one, right? So here, this would be the female, that would be the male. So, and then we even asked ChatGPT, and she also confirmed for me that that is a thing that some horse owners do in Mongolia. So, yeah. So initially when we thought it was like a group of pregos that were just like rumbling through, whatever Sunday meetings that they had. In fact, it was not the pregnant mothers' weekly meetings. It was like the Big Lebowski bowling club dudes coming from their latest game. Photo low base. I wish I had hair like that or any at all. I hear you, man. I hear you. Listen, we all wish something, right? I cut off like 10 inches a few days ago. You should have told me. I would have sent it over. Yeah, man. I want this horse's hair. Look how it's so texturized and it looks so badass. But anyways, so we did go down this. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so we're gonna have really a fun time when it comes to editing these photos, because look at this rotundness. I've never seen anything more rotund than that, right? It's like a big water droplet if you zoom in on the microscope. And so this is without any real edits, right? I just lifted the shadows a bit. So I got very lucky. We got some nice composition here. I think I was shooting with the 400mm f2.8. So gives you that nice compressed look in my opinion. And then we have a decent background here with the texture. So yeah, it's going to be fun to edit this. But guys, let me also let me take a moment to introduce myself to this epic crew that came from Low Base Guy and the web creative community. So my name's Yobel. I am a new time streamer. It's weird to say new because I feel like I've learned a lot, and we've definitely streamed crazy amount of hours, but we are on day 43 of streaming. So normally we haven't missed a day yet, and we normally stream around 7 to 8 hours every day. And I am multi-streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. So it's been a pretty fun journey just to go off the deep end and see if I can make all this work. And yeah, thanks to all you guys. It's been a fun journey. I normally do wildlife and travel photography, but in the past 2 years, I've actually shifted more towards filmmaking and videography. So if you would like to see the kind of work that I do, I'm going to put something in the chat right now. This is the latest video that I made on YouTube, and it's a video that was made entirely from our live streams. So the entire process of this video, you can watch the behind the scenes on my VODs. Yeah, it's a 17-minute video. I hope you guys will check it out. It is definitely my favorite video that I've made to date, but it's also a video that gives you a sense of like the kinds of travels that I do. So this is episode 1 of Mongolia, where essentially I spent time with the eagle hunters in like the most remote part of Mongolia. And episode 1 focused on this crazy snowstorm that kicked in that even killed one of their horses, the nomadic hunter I was staying with. Low Base, you say, I'm running downstairs to get lunch real quick. I'll BRB. Well, thank you very much for being here again, of course, and enjoy your lunch. BC, what's up? No audio today, but hey, hope all is well. Currently in the car on the way to another bourbon distillery. Yo, okay, I was trying to understand. I don't know if you mean no audio as in you can't hear me, but because before it sounded like you said you were drunk on bourbon, so I didn't know this is like a multi-day bourbon binge. But enjoy. Stay safe. Hopefully you're not driving. Hopefully you're not driving. Drive safely. Drink much. Cool seeing this horse shot as I just left the home of the Kentucky Derby, Churchill Downs. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, it is a fat ass horse. That's all I was trying to say. Fat and like the most epic PHAT, right? But yeah, so that's essentially what I do. The link that I just sent across, it is on my YouTube channel. If you would like to support me, feel free to watch that video. Feel free to leave some comments. Follow me on YouTube. That is my latest focus of my journey. So we've been on YouTube for about a year now, and live streaming for the past 43 days. And we do this every day. We do this full time. I like to not only share my stories, capture them, and then share it on these channels, but also I like to take people with me to my trips. So for example, now this is a quite expensive trip. Tours, I think. But if you would like to see them on my website, I have released a couple trips that I want to do for next year. And these are group tours where mostly for photo tours, like so if you're photographers, that kind of thing, where we're going to go to Uganda, do some gorilla, chimpanzee trekking, as well as looking for the shoebill stork. So feel free to check that out, just to give a self-plug here as we're doing this. Now, let me just quickly see here. I know there's a lot of gambling going on the chat, so hopefully you guys are all winning them hard-earned PPs. Yo, what's up, Mr. Tap? Looks great. The hair makes it. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, good to have you here, my friend, Mr. Tap, Troy Anthony. Thanks for being there on the YouTube side. Represent. Yes, this horse has it all, honestly. I really don't know if I have to edit much for this guy. It's just really lifting the shadows a bit, but I generally don't have to do much. But we will have fun because obviously I have all these presets that I've created, so we can kind of put my presets to the test. So we're going to do that now just because we're on this photo. And we can see. Now, I kind of like this one, the Falcon Sunset. So far, all four looks good with this. Yeah, this horse is so photogenic that it seems like most of my presets can work with this guy. So that's a good news. That's good news. Faded look. Let's see. A bit more colorful. I usually like these kind of like soft and faded looks more than anything. Yeah. These are... Listen, I don't want to jump to any... I don't want to rush this decision making, okay? Because I feel like there's some really good options here. Oh, that's funny. This one, this preset, I've called it Posing Stallion, so it might be the most fitting one to use there. Cool Giraffe, Elephant Ride. So usually all my presets are based on my travels. Mostly, so I have 2 volumes of presets. Volume 2 is the one I released most recently, about like a month and a half ago on my website. But it's mostly made up of photos that I've edited of wildlife. So it's very, very wildlife themed. Whereas volume 1 of my presets are also from my earlier travels, but it was more in an era when I was capturing everything. So like almost equally be like nature, a lot more landscapes. I was doing some portraits and local shots, as well as animals as well and wildlife. So it's a bit more well-rounded, whereas volume 2 is focused a lot on my more recent trips, focused on wildlife, as well as different quality cameras that I've been using. But man, I like a lot of these. So yeah, even this kind of very poppy, colorful one. So like I said, we don't really need to do much. I think this shot kind of lives on its own without needing edits. So we got lucky with this horse just chilling and staring at me. Mr. Tap, Troy, you said, yeah, it doesn't seem like you'll need anything outside your LR Lightroom. Yeah. Like, for sure, like, honestly, nothing special is needed. This is one of those purely lucky moments where I happen to have the most photogenic subject. It's like that viral meme of, like, when you're with your friend who's super photogenic and no matter what he or she does, you know, making whatever ugly face, but when the camera takes a photo, they look like a model. This is basically what I got to experience with this horse. It doesn't matter what pose. If it wasn't looking at me, it's going to look good. Photo, you asked, how about you plan a trip to the northern parts of Sweden? You can take... Yes. You can take people looking for reindeer and whatnot. Stay at a literal ice hotel in Jukkasjärvi. Jukkasjärvi. What a name. I would love to, Photoli. Actually, we talked about this on stream before, that there's the Mongolian reindeer tribe. I want to do a whole travel crew. Like, I would love to actually get this somehow sponsored and spend a few weeks with this tribe of people in somewhere in Mongolia, where they literally ride reindeers. No shit. I shit you not, right? Look at this little kid. Like, how is this kid on this freaking reindeer, man? It just doesn't make sense to me. But how badass is this? I would love just to spend like a month there and just film everything possible, try my best, and like, again, put all of what we're learning on our streams to the test, right? Can I actually make an actual film, like a short film, not a diary of me being like, hey, here's my travel vlog, you know, on day 1 through 10 or whatever. It's like, no. I've got a full-on story that has its own conflict and a resolution and like some kind of like, yeah, it's got clear acts to the story, and then we just film it so properly. And it might require multiple trips, to be fair, but this is definitely one place I want to go. Sweden sounds like another place I would like to go. That just sounds like an adventure. And anywhere that's cold and snowing, I usually prefer that, because snow shots turn into like some of the coolest shots, right? Especially in slow motion and stuff like that. So yeah, this is definitely one on the list for me in the northern parts of Mongolia, the Satan. And let's go to Sweden afterwards. Okay, so anyways, what do I do? So normally I do video stuff, and right now we were editing a video for Mongolia episode 2. So the link I put in the chat earlier for Into the Blizzard, that's on my YouTube channel. That was episode 1. We're now working on episode 2. However, there was an interesting thing that happened recently where a company reached out to me asking if I would test out their product, and they gave me no rules besides like just leave us a review. You can be as honest as you want with like what you think about it, if you like it or not, so all of that. So even though I have zero knowledge, my limited knowledge of video editing and definitely nothing about film technology and stuff like that, here I am using a film emulation software called Dehancer, and it is super cool. We tested out yesterday. I'm going to spend the next few weeks just editing all of my future projects on this, and so then we can leave like a proper review. But it's essentially turning my footage into very, very film-like quality, right? So it's adding in all the kind of halation, bloom. We're learning all these new words. The grainy effect, right? Trying to kind of go with a little bit more compressed shot, adding in some of the film damage, all of that. So now these are some of the ones that I edited, and so you can see kind of the before and after as well. Let's see. So let's go into the color. So this is the before shot, and then with all of the adjustments we're making with this Dehancer film emulation software, we're getting it to look like this very monochrome, dark, somewhat desaturated, but still very, very like crisp and film-looking shots. And I'm doing it for all the other shots now, so we're adding in this like halation and bloom, all these new words that I need to keep saying so I don't forget what they mean. But yeah, making it look very, very dramatic. And then this one I'm still editing right now, so these ones we'll all still need to edit. So essentially, this is what I normally do. What program you're asking? Oh, Dig, you said I use it all the time. Whoops, in the caps. Yo, then I can ask you questions because we are literally, this is day 2 of me trying to figure out how to use this program. And I'm not kidding when I say I know nothing, okay? So I would love to ask you questions. What program? So, Juvet Leo, there's 2 programs that I use, though if you're asking about this actual editing software right now, it's DaVinci, and then the one that I'm testing is called Dehancer. So I'm just putting something in the chat right now. They did give me a lovely link. So if you use the code YOBELPRIZE, you do get 10% off your Dehancer for anything you purchase on their site, and that 10% goes to me. How amazing is that, right? A win-win. So how nice of them. It's like they gave me this thing even before, for all they know, I could just be shitting on this for the next month, right? But yes, this thing is called Dehancer, and it works across Premiere Pro, Final Cut Pro, After Effects. They also do it for photo editing as well. So for Lightroom, Photoshop, Capture One, I think, some others, even for your iPhone. So right now I'm focusing on the video side, but yeah, Dehancer, and it's like plugins for everything. And so far, like of my notes that I'm taking, it's been super intuitive, and it kind of has a nice workflow for me to make sense of like, what do I start with? And I just kind of go down this laundry list of key steps. So wait, sorry, I missed a few things. You sent of YouTube. This is a pretty good pronunciation of Jukas Jarvi. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. How could I be saying it wrong?
Jukkasjärvi.
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 Jukkasjärvi. Is that Italian?
Jukkasjärvi.
Okay, I got you, man. Jukkasjärvi. We'll have to go to Jukkasjärvi for the reindeer and the ice hotels. Yeah, so whoops caps. Yeah, Dig, if you got suggestions or if you have feedback, if you're tuning in at different points and you're seeing me completely shit the bed with how I'm editing, I would definitely love any thoughts there. Duvet, you said dope thinking of getting into editing. Is DaVinci the one you would recommend? Ooh, these are good questions. If you're just getting into editing, I feel strongly that CapCut is a really good program to start with. That's how I started learning video as a photographer. So I work with Nikon quite a bit, and one of the workshops I created was called From Stills to Reels, And essentially it's about how do you go from like being a photographer into the videography world with like as a layperson, right? So like without knowing any knowledge about film or videography. So how I learned was by doing short form content with CapCut, because CapCut is like super intuitive, overly powerful, with a massive user base that's constantly updating, and they have all these templates, they have all these tutorials online. So if you had to like just start learning like video editing, I feel like you don't need to have these powerful programs to start with. I think using something like CapCut can help because it's much more intuitive. You don't need to worry about all the shortcuts. It's a mobile app as well as a desktop. But then eventually, I do think DaVinci is considered the most powerful for like controlling your colors. Premiere Pro, I think, is probably like the main one that most professionals use, because I think with Premiere Pro plus After Effects, it's probably like the most robust. However, I have seen of recent times that people were shifting more to DaVinci, and so there's a growing community, I think, actually going over to DaVinci, is from what I can tell. And so for me personally, I moved over to DaVinci because the cameras that I shoot with, it's a Nikon Z9, Nikon Z6 III, the Z8s, and other cameras that I borrow. They all shoot in something called NRAW .NEV, and DaVinci was the only program at the time that was compatible for that. Maybe some others are compatible now. So with that in mind, I was just using it for the purpose of actually shooting in that format, and now I love it. So, Photo, you said it's very far from Italian. It's Sammy. Okay. Giucasjarvi. I've returned, says Low Base, with vegetable soup and a cake donut. Yo, I've never heard that combo. Yo, Duvet, thank you very much for the follow. I am going to follow you back because I'm assuming you are, as you said, you're like looking to get into photo editing and video and stuff. If you would like to also join my Discord, I am learning how to make my Discord better as well. We have officially 50 people on our Discord. How crazy is that? I forget who was our 50th. Shoot, that was yesterday. Whoever you were, I forgot. But thank you. But yeah, so in our Discord, I do want to build out a community where you can share photos and videos. We can go over them on stream. I'm going to start to learn, I think, how to get people to dial in. Like if you want to join the voice call during my streams and stuff like that. We're going to keep evolving. Follower goal met. Wait, did I? What do you mean? Is there something on my screen? Did we do something? Oh, is it like on the Twitch side? I can't see that number in front of me. Oh, and then we did defeat the... Oh, shit. Okay. I keep saying I'm not going to cuss, but I feel like shit is okay, right? Anyways, we were testing out this little boss battle thing, and we did knock my health all the way to 0, and it looks like Edora Park is now the new boss. So maybe it's the last person to knock my health out becomes the boss. And so every time you guys subscribe or donate money or bits or whatever, all of that drops the HP. And I think every time you drop the HP gets larger and larger incrementally. So anyways, we like to have fun here. Thank you, brother. You deserve a follow. Well, thank you very much, Duvet. Yeah, if you would like to learn DaVinci, at the very least, if you stay tuned into my streams, we are editing on DaVinci every day. And I am not someone that has a lot of skills or experience in DaVinci. It's only been about a year that I've been using it. But I hope that you'll take that as a good sign, because most of the time I'm spending on here, I am trying to learn more and then just trying to ask questions from anyone in the chat who has better information. So yeah, we use this as a learning stream for sure. Photo, you said, and yes, I'm eating the donut first as low base. I've never heard of a vegetable soup and cake donut combo, but listen, you do you, man. That sounds, it sounds like something. Photo, you said Premiere is industry standard because Adobe is industry standard, not because it's the best ever. Okay, I see. Maybe it just has a bigger, more established user base. I love Adobe products, but DaVinci I feel like it's so powerful, and there's so much in the free version. Yeah, so Duvet, if you want to try it, it's free, and a lot of the best features are free on that. So thank you very much for the follow, guys. Photo, you said the Sami are the indigenous people of Sapmi. Am I pronouncing these right? A region spanning parts of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Russia who have a unique culture and language. While they are often associated with reindeer herding, Their cultural diversity is broad, encompassing various livelihoods and traditions across Sapmi. It refers to both the people and their culture area, which is a distinct cultural and linguistic community. Yeah, that sounds really dope. I would love to go there because to me, that's like the perfect trips that I want to capture, which is wildlife or like semi-wildlife, right? Like semi-domesticated, but just cool looking animals mixed in with unique cultures that I can explore, capture, hopefully tell a good story about and share it with the rest of the world. Do you guys have like those dog sleds in Sweden? Because I also want to ride one of those dog sleds. That would be really fun. Dig, you asked, have you checked out the red LUTs for Nikon? They are amazing and built for N-Log. You know what? I have not as of yet, but very, very soon I will. So for my, I'm hoping for my next project, maybe I'll switch over and try out those LUTs. This one, I already have my hands full with testing out the this Dehancer. But yes, I do want to. You know, it's like, look, they acquired Red, right? And so that's what makes me so excited about Nikon, is they're like showing that they're very committed to the film world. And that just happened to line up perfectly with my own interest of like learning film. So I'm very happy about that. Low Base says, shit may or may not be okay depending on what you've had to eat. Fair enough. And listen, everybody shits, right? I think I have a book that says everybody poos somewhere behind me. Oh, I was wrong. It's not everybody poos. It's does it fart? The definitive field guide to animal flatulence. So I can say that I got this because I need to learn about wildlife, right? Anyways. Okay. Dropping to kick off my own stream. All right, Dig, thank you for being here. And if I think I am going to end my stream relatively soon compared to other days. So if you are still streaming, then hopefully we can actually check you out if it all works out. Oh, shoot, it's buffering again? Jesus, the delay must be set to 0 is something. Oh, is there something where... hey, yo, what's up, Maple? Good to see you here, man. Long time, I think. Shoot, did my thing drop again on the Twitch side? Reload player. Why does it do that? Can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Sad face. Maple, you said also Dehancer is rad for false color scopes. You're using words that are beyond my lexicon. So the fact that you know about this product is also very exciting. So if you have used Dehancer and you can see suggestions from me of like you're doing it wrong or have you considered something else, please do tell me because they had reached out to me. So we are using their product now for, I'm going to use it for my next few projects. And then I want to make a video as a review. And like I said, they left no stipulations, no rules in terms of like you have to tout all the best of us. They just said, be honest with your review and that's all. So if you guys have any suggestions or feedback or things that doesn't work that I should know about, please do let me know. I hope you guys were able to see me when I lifted up that book because I thought it was a book about poop and shitting, but it was actually about farting. So I do apologize for getting that wrong. That's not acceptable. Refresh chat delay is near 0. Photo Lee, is that something I need to change? Like, is it better to have some delay built into some features? Or is there nothing I can do if my stream buffers like that? It is what it is. You accept it? Because I don't understand why YouTube doesn't have that same problem. Yeah, I think on YouTube it's still so far so good. Whereas I've noticed like with Twitch in the past few days even, it ends up like cutting it into multiple stream clips now. Or like, yeah, it just, instead of one VOD, it's a bunch. YouTube has way more latency than Twitch. Okay, at least in most cases. I see. False color. Chat delay is massive. Yeah, can you guys explain, is this something I need to adjust in OBS or Twitch or something? Am I supposed to like add in some delay? Or are you saying there is delay? Okay, you know what? I'm lost. Maple, you said false color is used for exposure, and you can toggle it on as the only thing to filter, like toggle off all the film emulation, but you can use it for scopes to make sure your skin exposure is where you want it. Yo, okay. Huh. I can definitely use your help with everything. But what you're saying is very interesting. So false color is used for exposure. Are you saying, for instance, I have my Dehancer open right now. Let's go ahead and full screen this guy. And yes, welcome back, Maple Glades. Hopefully you're doing very well. I imagine you're quite busy. You're in Canada, right? Who was I talking to who was streaming from Canada? Alberta, Calgary. I think he's part of the Creative Way community. Yes, you need a delay in OBS to give shit time to encode. And YouTube is over a full minute behind. You'll notice it in the Dehancer plugin. Okay. Okay, so I need to add a delay in OBS. But then if YouTube is already a minute behind, wouldn't it be delayed even more if I'm making like a blanket change on OBS? Because I'm broadcasting through OBS, through Restream, and then Restream connects to all platforms. But you'll notice it in the Dehancer plugin. Okay, so Maple, I have the plugin right now. Let's just take this shot. Actually, let's just use the original one here. So this is the shot. I've just gone crazy with it. I'm trying to mimic the style that I had for the prior episode for this trailer. So it's like very dark, monochrome. But now we've introduced a bit of that graininess and the halation and the bloom and all these new words that I didn't know existed. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out. You mentioned the what was the word? False color. False color. I see. And then Maple, you said, busy. I'm finishing my digital director job on Monday. Oh, okay. And I'll drive back to Montreal on Tuesday, and I can start streaming and being on more. Gotcha. Oh, that sounds good. A digital director job. Is this like, was this like a short-term project that you got roped into? Low base, he said, bam, you got it. Where do you, oh, is it on Walmart? I don't even know where I bought this from. No, this is a different book. Oh, I see. This is the what is this book called? Where do you poop? Why does it have where do you ... where do you poop? A potty training board book? Okay, I think mine's better, okay? Mine is a comprehensive flatulence book on all wildlife. Mabel, you've been gone for a month. Damn, okay. Well, hopefully you've been very productive in that role as a digital director. Nice. You're welcome. Thank you, Lowbase. When you end your stream, we can sit down in a VC and fix your OBS settings. Okay, well, thank you, man. Yeah, maybe I should. Yeah, we didn't plan to stream for that long today. Today was supposed to be the day that I stream at 6 a.m. my time. Back in 3. Nice. Thank you, Maple, for watching those ads and giving me some money. But yeah, thank you, Elites. Yeah, I was supposed to stream at 6. Now we're streaming at like, I think I started around 7 p.m. So we'll probably stream for like another 30 minutes or so. Low base, listen, your fart book may be more highbrow, but my where do you poop book is more, man, the plosives, right? Where do you poop book is more practical. The practical poop book. Fair enough, you know. I'm not going to argue with you on this one. If you want to take the dub on the poop book is more, sure, you know what? You have won. Okay. Yo, thank you very much. Oh, and you gave it to the one, the only Maple Glades. Yo, thank you, man. Like I said, low base, you are always bestowing, whether it's through gifted subs or book recommendations and raids. I do appreciate you and shit. I still got to figure out how to turn off the double notification sound, but whatever. Maple, you said false color is a box you can toggle at the bottom of the plugin. Now, this is a new version, so I don't know when's the last time you used it. Let me see. So it ends with vignette, monitor, output, LUT, generator, and then options. Oh, yeah. Okay, so under monitor, it says false color IRE, 16 zones. Clipping indication. Oh, I should turn those on, right? You were always bestowing, but penicillin cleared it up. Well, you can thank your doctor then, I guess. Or maybe I should be angry at your doctor for that. Please continue bestowing. And yes, thank you, low base. Hells yeah. Man, you guys are awesome. What a fun stream. Literally, I wasn't expecting anything today because I was like, oh, shoot, I missed the stream time. I'm just going to pop in for a few hours because I'm so excited to keep playing around with this Dehancer thing. But yeah, thank you guys. So the false color is a box. So what happens if I click on it? Let's see. Oh shit, what the hell? Okay, let me reread what you said false color is supposed to do here. False color is used for exposure, and you can toggle it on as the only thing filter. Like toggle off all the... okay, so... oh! You know what? I did read about this, or I was watching a YouTube video about this, where like the reds and the purples are the things you're supposed to avoid because that's essentially saying you're at the pure black or the pure whites. So then like I was reading that some people, when they're doing like professional filmmaking and they have like the external monitor, they will set it to this kind of format so that they can just make sure they're not clipping anything. Is that what it is? Am I describing it roughly okay? Oh, let me see. It shows you your exposure levels and graphs. So you want skin tones in a certain area, etc. You want neutral gray at like 65%. I don't see a percentage number on this thing. Oh, I see. You're talking about the numbers here. You want neutral gray. Okay, so you want everything, or the skin should be around gray. I see. Okay. Well, this one I am doing a bit more dramatic, just as an FYI. So I think when I do my normal editing and I need the proper skin tones, then we'll do that. For these ones, I'm kind of intentionally being dramatic with the colors. So it probably will be off by quite a bit. But at the very least, I guess I need to look at this to see if I'm too bright or too dark. Although it doesn't look too bright over here. You said because your eyes adjust and your monitor might be too bright or not bright enough. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I forgot I need to... well, I have it on the full brightness right now on my display. Moody doesn't mean underexposed. Yeah, we do need to expose this a bit higher. But I just want to keep it in this one frame for now, and then I have to lift all the lights. Because Maple, I forget if you were trying to help me out with this before, but when we go to export my video in its final form for YouTube, no matter what adjustments I make, it will end up darkening my shots and my video by like a couple shades, I feel like. So whatever I have it at, it's going to end up being even darker. So... but yes, look into it. Keeps you in the ballpark. You're well exposed. It's just a good tool to have. Yeah, thank you very much. And this is actually going to be super useful in my review, right? So I have a quick little Notion up where I can keep track of all of these things. So my thoughts, feedback. So what do we say? It's the false. So monitor false color IRE 16 zones. Super helpful for everyday editing, even when not emulating film profiles, for proper exposure, for skin tones, etc. Thanks, Maple Glades. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. You're just Nala. Low base knew it. You're just Nala in disguise, aren't you? Wait, is Nala behind me? Oh. Yo, Maple, it's been a while, but we have like kind of fine-tuned the overlays a bit more, trying to clean it up, as well as having a permanent camera for where my cats should be if they showed up on time and showed up to work. Unfortunately, these bastards are not here. But there's a permanent fixture for our little cat cam now on screen. Photo Elite, I'm a lioness, says low base guy. Ah, yes, my hype. There's also an exposure guide I posted in video how-to with Gerald Undone. Oh, I know of her. I know of Gerald Undone. Export settings, which are on the same ballpark as mine. It works great. Okay. Yo, Maple, am I following you on YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel, or remind me? If you do, if you don't mind just popping it in the chat, and then I'll just click on it. If you don't have a YouTube, I feel like you should. I low-key have to leave in a second for my job, so I'll leave it to you. Thank you very much, Maple. Maple, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, hope all is well. It sounds like you had a wonderful and productive month of doing real adult work, and hopefully you'll be back to doing your adult streams. Not that that's not what we mean here, but yes. Apparently, I'm eating pizza with one hand. Excuse my typing. Yo, that's some real skills. Enjoy Dehancer. It's fun, even if DaVinci also released a film emulation section built in. Yeah, I did see someone else talking about that, and I think they were saying they preferred the bloom effect in the built-in DaVinci. I could be wrong, but either way, we're gonna fully digest this and see how much we enjoyed or not. And we got the Slim Kitty with the wings. Yeah, hells yeah. Maple Glades, is that your adult stream? That's what you do? Gotcha. I got you. I understood. All right. Well, how do we want to take this forward? Okay, so now we've learned a lot more. So thanks to the chat. Thank you, Maple. And they also have a clipping indication. Gotcha. Okay. So yes, this is what we've been doing is like, I'm trying to take this style and I want to make it part of the entirety of our video. Starting with this. Oh, you know what? Let's test this out now. Ooh, this is gonna be a fun one. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So we're gonna apply some of the things we learned. I think the colors look decent already. Like I don't really see a need to change this right now. However, we will. I'm going to just try to copy and paste the exact same settings of the Dehancer into this shot. That is quite drastic. Yo, this looks... oh man, this is pretty cool. Dude. And also, I might even make it a bit more crazy. Because like that point of view feels like it should look very... vignette-y. Yeah, so I think the point of view shots, we have to increase the vignette. This one, I don't know if that'll work. That is quite severe. Let's try it. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that's a bit extreme on the colors there, but let's see. Okay, I like it. It's a little bit on the dark side, so I do need to lift it before we export. But, and then this one we do need to change it a bit. So, let's maybe just use this one and I'll go into the histogram real quick. I just want to see how it looks lighting wise. Oh, wait. Yeah, so let's try the new style that we just learned from the Kazman's YouTube video. So we're going to go into Gamma, hit Linear, drop the Loom Mix all the way to 0. Let's bring up the Vector Scope. And then let's go into the Gain and try to adjust it to something a bit more neutral. So when I say neutral, I'm assuming it just means like bring that blob towards the center. Although here it looks quite drastic, so let's see. Let's drop it down. Okay. I think this looks decent. Okay, and then let's turn this back on. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We're going to adjust the lighting on them as well now. So it's a bit dark. I actually don't mind the colors here being a little bit less natural, because it is very like, it's just like very interesting shot. We wanted to start off peculiar. I want like people when they're starting the video to be like, wait, what's going on here? Low base. I wonder how much that eagle would charge to fly me to work every morning. You know, these things are pretty strong, okay? I remember seeing a video where they lift up like a full-on, it looked like an adult goat or some shit, picks it up in the air, and then drops it from a height to kill it. I'm like, damn, that's insane. Yeah, these eagles are something else, so... Yeah, let me ask ChatGPT real quick. What is the strongest eagle that's and what can it pick up? Like, what is the largest thing that the strongest eagle can pick up in terms of like prey?
The strongest eagle out there is generally considered to be the harpy eagle. It's a powerhouse of a bird, and it can actually snatch up prey as heavy as around 15 pounds, sometimes even a bit more. They go after things like sloths and monkeys in the treetops, so they are definitely one of the strongest eagles in terms of what they can actually pick up.
Wait, can you say again what animal does it pick up? Like the largest?
Sure thing. So the harpy eagle, which is one of the strongest eagles, can pick up animals like sloths and monkeys. Those can weigh up to around 15 pounds or so. So that's kind of their upper range of what they can carry, and it's pretty impressive.
Wait, but I feel like I've seen a video years and years ago of like an eagle picking up what I assume was like a goat or something in the wild, and it like lifted it into the air and like carried it off for a while before dropping it from a height that killed it. Are you telling me this is like some AI video from years ago, or is that actual thing?
Yeah, I get what you're referring to. So there's actually a pretty well-known clip or a couple of clips out there of golden eagles doing something like that, kind of lifting goats or smaller animals. And it's not AI, those are real instances, but they're kind of the exception rather than the rule. Golden eagles are known to sometimes tackle animals like that, especially in very mountainous regions. They kind of use the terrain to their advantage, but it's not super common. It's more like a rare behavior that's been caught on camera a few times. So it does happen, but your average eagle isn't routinely carrying off goats. It's just one of those standout things that a few eagles have been seen doing.
Thank you, Ember. All right, yeah, so it is the golden eagle. And I feel like that's the one I saw doing that crazy shit. So, who knows? Maybe he can lift you up and take you to work. Sure. You gotta feed him foxes and rabbits, though. Okay, I'm liking this edit so far. We've lightened it up quite a bit. So hopefully it's also a little bit easier to see what's happening. I hope. Let's see. And then now it's like that halation effect. I'm just going to keep using both terms because I don't actually know. I really don't know how to differentiate the two. I think Photo Elite, thank you very much. You tried your best. I believe it was you trying to explain these to me. Or maybe it was Adora. For now, I'm just going to use them interchangeably. But this the halation / bloom effect that I'm seeing here looks really cool now that we've lifted the exposure or whatever settings a bit and brightened it up. Oh. Let's try watching it from here. All right, I can already see my computer is fighting the rendering right now because it is taking quite a bit out of the software. So that's one thing I've noticed. Okay, so we're gonna redo this one. So same thing. Let's create 2 more. And let's see, do we need to adjust the lighting on this one? This one looks pretty decent, but just to get in the habit of learning this new thing that we have discovered, I'm going to switch this to gamma, loom mix all the way to 0, and then off the gain. Let's just move this around now. Da-da-da. Is there like I think I saw something where I can magnify. Show 2x zoom. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay. It's kind of tough figuring out like how to get the white, because like normally like with the white balance I just assume I just want to click the little white thing or the little eyedropper and just click somewhere and see what it tells me to do. But okay, let's keep with this. Now let's copy and paste the settings. Very dramatic, very dramatic, but I think we want to keep most of this, if not all of it, except for same thing. We need to lift the blacks a bit. So I'm just dropping that black point. And then I'm assuming I need to increase the white point. No, other way. I guess not too much. Because I don't want to lose the dramatic feel. Okay, something like this. Okay. And then this is the one we were editing earlier. Oh, this one we did a different one? Hold on a minute. Okay, so here we did the color stuff, although it doesn't look correct. So let's okay, this looks a bit more natural, I think. And then let's add a node. Paste it in. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. I like it. But like before, we need to adjust the black point. Make it less crazy dark. Same with the white point. Now, one thing I don't really know yet, low base is that I'd rather do that than sit in traffic every morning. Yeah. I don't understand. Okay, listen, it's not like I've been out of the corporate world that long, but oh man, I remember back in my San Francisco days where everyone, including myself, at some point we had to go into like wherever Silicon Valley-esque area is, and you would have to take buses, and you're spending like an hour and a half one way, if I remember correctly, just to get to your job. So then it's like you're spending anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 to 3 hours. I forget how long the commute was. It was at least 45 minutes. It just depends on traffic, right? So imagine like giving up 2 hours of your day plus the amount of time you have to stand outside waiting for the bus to show up and hoping that it arrives on time, plus obviously waking up earlier to just like do all that and like get on the bus and say, holy shit, everyone, I never felt more brainwashed in my life than having my first job out of university, and then all of us just having to do this exercise of like, oh, well, it's another day. Got to wake up at 5 in the morning or whatever it is, just to, probably earlier, just to like shower or do whatever, get ready, walk to the bus stop, find your nearest bus stop where your company bus will show up. The shuttle shows up, hopefully on time. Then, so you're waiting maybe 15 minutes. Then you drive for 45 to an hour just to get to work. And then you do it all again, rinse and repeat in rush hour. It's like, yo, I can't believe I gave up anywhere from 2 to 3 hours every day, 5 days a week for a company, you know? It's just it's funny the things we just kind of accept as gospel now, but it's like, really? And I think it took COVID, right? It took something like COVID with the lockdowns, where then all of a sudden, like, people were finally like, yo, what? How, like, obviously terrible times, but to get back, like, reclaiming anywhere, like, up to, like, 3 hours of your time and still hopefully being productive at work. Now, that's a big question, right? But I felt like I was pretty productive. So, especially with the extra hours I can sleep in, everything about that was like, holy shit, why did we just accept that we have to do this every day? Low base, you say, my drive is a minimum of 45 minutes one way, and that's only if the traffic is good. Oh my God. Yeah, and if you're driving as well, right? So then you have to like actually pay attention. You can't even like sleep. Yeah. Man, listen, more power to you. But I will say, nothing motivates me more to make this work. Whatever we call this, like the streaming, the YouTube channel, the travel workshops, all of this, right? Nothing motivates me more to make this work than the thought of like having to return to like the kind of like corporate lifestyle. It comes with so many benefits. It comes with so much stability. It comes with so much like positive stuff for sure. But my God, the waking up early and commute stuff was like, it was so tough. So tough. 45 minutes one way if there's no traffic. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that, because low base, actually that's a good thing. That's only a good thing, low base, if you use that time while you're driving watching my stream. There you go. In which case, that should be like, make it an hour commute every day. Why not? All right. Anyways, let's see if this looks decent. I think it looks okay. Now it's very, very grainy, but that's the look we're going for. Same thing. Let's redo a few of these. Right click, gamma, linear, Luma mix to 0. I need to make this an actual node. I need to upgrade I have to update my power grades, I think, for this. Okay, and let's adjust the gain. Just bring it more towards the center here. Okay, this looks a bit natural. Now let's apply. Whoops. All right, what do we need to do on this one? It's a little bit on the bluish tone. This might just be a quick fix with just lifting the blacks, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, let's go a bit more of a faded look on this one. And then let's drop that a bit. I think I kind of want this a little bit brighter, so we'll drop the impact. These are the moments that I like doing in videos. So very, very subtle touch, but I do look for those moments. So like in this case, the eagle, as she's turning her head to the left, that's when I make the text disappear. So it's like a little like, oh, she's looking at me. So I like, I don't know how much those kind of moments actually matter to an average viewer, But to me, it's a nice little delightful thing of like, oh yeah, we did that thing just for fun. So hopefully people watching these videos will also find it at least enjoyable, but you never know. Okay, there's something about this I need to change. Okay, I think this looks good. Moving on to the next one. Man, this is a lot of work, but I do think it's paying off. I think the quality is something I can stand behind. I think the colors look okay already, so let's just paste this in. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Is it the cyans? No. Okay. I feel like it's a little bit too blue, right? But I mean, I guess the blue is kind of what we're going for. Here, let's just play them all. Let's drop the whites a little bit on this one. Like we'll go with a bit more faded look. Okay, so then this one's a little too blue compared to the others. So let's see what we can do. How can we fix this? I think it's okay, you know? I think we'll revisit those ones. I feel like there's more we can do with it, and I might be too stubborn trying to use the same film stock profile, but these ones might require like slightly different versions. All right, so let's do the same thing here. Let's see. Colors look fine, so let's just copy this one in. All right, how does this look? Okay, so there's a lot of work still left. And I'm leaning towards I think I need to do some custom. This one seems okay. I think I can live with this one, but this one I think we do need to try some different. You know what, we'll start with this one. So, let's try another version of Dehancer. I think we can delete these ones now. I don't know if it ends up loading it. Okay, so with this Dehancer one, let's start with the stock profile. Okay, so these are the ones we mentioned before that fits like a monochrome dark style. We have Fuji Color 100. Did anything change there? Okay, just making sure. Fuji Color, where'd it go? So this is Fuji Color 100. Fuji Color Natura 1600. It's a bit on the brighter side. Kodak Aero Color 4125. Oh, Jesus, I remember this one. It had the weird name, but I did end up liking it. So I think this one I liked more than the other two. So right now the winner is, or the current king of the hill is Kodak Aero Color 4125. Now let's compare that to Kodak Ektar 100. Okay, yeah. So I think we like this one more because it's got less of that bluish tone to it, which I think is a little bit too much on some of these shots. So we're on the Kodak Aero Color 4125. Now let's compare it to Kodak Portra 400. This is Kodak Portra 400. I think I still prefer the Aero Color. What about Portra 800? Nope, not at all. Kodak Ultra Max. Where is it? Ultramax 400. Compared to the last one here, Konica Minolta VX400 Super. Holy what a name. Konica Minolta VX400 Super. Oh, this one's not bad either. Alright, let's go with the Aero. What do we call it? Kodak Aero Color 4125. It removes a lot of the cool tones in here just off the rip, so I think I kind of want that one. And then let's choose one of these Cinefilm. Ooh, this one looks good. Okay, these are the two we're choosing. And then let's go through some of these guys again. Contrast boost. Oh, we gotta enable. So we're just gonna fade this out a bit. Gamma correction. Color separation. Color boost. I'm leaning towards less color boost. Film compression. White point. Just leave that is. Same with that one. Color density. Okay. Well, already I think this one looks a bit better. I think the struggle was low bass. Got the headbangers. Yeah, we're still listening to the same playlist here. There's a bunch of songs from Lens Distortions that I had picked out. So these are all songs that I was thinking could work for an upcoming project that I have. So I've been kind of just putting them on repeat to see if any of them kind of start sticking out. But we've listened to it for a little bit too long. So you know what? Oh shoot, you know what? It's also 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. I'm supposed to end the stream because I need to get a bit more work done and also go to sleep, because tomorrow the goal is I can wake up and do a 6 a.m. stream. I don't know how confident I am about that, but I still think I think it makes sense for me to try to do that, where 2 out of the 7 days, assuming I'm streaming every day, I do want to do shorter streams so it gives me more time to work off stream on my important work stuff, and then also try to see what happens. Like, what happens if instead of streaming my normal hours of 4 p.m. to midnight my time, what happens if I stream at 6 a.m. and what part of the world does that end up coinciding with, and which markets do we end up saying hi to? So last week when we did stream it was last Sunday and Monday, we did try to do the stream from 6 a.m. until like 8 or 9 a.m. One thing I did notice was that the YouTube stream was actually popping off a lot more than Twitch and Kick. So I think like YouTube, I think we had like 9 or 10 people watching just on YouTube. I was like, yo, okay. It was very bizarre. But anyways, these are only things I can discover if I actually put myself out there and try and not get too stuck in the routine. I have to remind myself that we've only been streaming for 1 month, really. So that's not enough time for me to say I'm set in my ways and this is how we're going to do things going forward. We do want to keep experimenting for like at least the rest of the year, as long as we're streaming, just trying different things, not committing necessarily to this is how we're going to be for the rest of our streaming career. So Low Bass, he said, if you're ever in the market, several of our team and community members do music composition and production. Oh, interesting. Yeah, for sure. Like you're saying, they compose and then they sell different bits of their work. Yeah, depending on the price or whatever. Like, oh, if it's a good song, it's a good song. If it's a banger, it's a banger. And if it supports people in the community, that's even better. So yeah. My main thing is just trying to find good songs where I don't get copyright struck for my films. That's it. Oh yeah, Low Bass. I forget if I was talking to you about this. You said +6 Production and Morose Libre are 2 such people. The second name you said sounds familiar, and I'm wondering if I'm following them already. Let me check right now. Let's go to the Twitcherino, Twitch. And then give me a second here. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So here's what I'm thinking, guys, because it is 10 p.m. my time. I think Dig Photo mentioned that he's streaming. So I figure, listen, I would love to return the favor. So we might give him a raid if he's still streaming. We'll check in a second. And then I just want to check +6 Production and Morose Libre. +6 Production. Okay. I'm just going to follow him, so hopefully it pops up. And then thank you, Low Bass. So yeah, if they compose stuff that people can use for their videos and stuff, that's really cool. Yeah, so Morose I am following. I wonder if he's popped into my stream or vice versa. I'm not sure. He is live right now? Okay. Let's check this real quick. But yeah, so before we do that, let me think about what's the game plan. So yeah, like I said, I think Sundays and Mondays. So tomorrow I'm going to try to do the same thing. let's assume I can stream in 8 hours from now, so roughly around 6 a.m. And then we'll do like a 2 to 3 hour stream, somewhat similar to what we did right now. That way, it gives me the rest of the day to catch up on my work stuff, and maybe I'll do an evening stream as well. But otherwise, we'll just do a morning stream if I make it. If I don't make it, then I'll be back basically same time as I was today, right? I'll still stream, just shorter hours, and get some work done. And outside of that, yeah, we're going to keep doing this, right? So what you're seeing me do, I'm very excited. I'm happy we're having fun with this program. I'm also happy that it's a program that many people in the chat know about. So like, to me, that's so cool. It's not like some random Joe Schmo companies being like, hey, test out a product, and it's like half spam or half a scam. It's like, no, it's actually one that people know about. So it is nice. I do hope that we'll end up enjoying this and making our film project look really epic. And then that'll turn into a nice product review. And yeah, then we have our first one. Can you imagine that? That's like in month 2, we can make another YouTube follow-up video where we say, here's what happened in month 2. We got our first sponsor. I don't know if that's maybe too strong of a word, but we got our first company that wants to work with us. How cool. Anyways, we're going to keep progressing in that way. But yeah, this is mostly what we're going to do now is on the Mongolia side. I do want to spend time on the Japan stuff as well, because like I said, I do need to put that trip together. Oh yeah. And I'll just put this in the chat again. Is it tours? So like I said, I do have 2 of my trips now are live on my website. And I need to put the Japan trip up very soon because I'm targeting beginning of February. But my trips to Uganda, so if you guys know anyone who are like adventure travelers, do photo tours, things like that, mostly for wildlife, I am doing a whole Great Apes tour in Uganda. So we're going to go trekking for the gorillas, for the chimpanzees, as well as those crazy looking shoebill stork in the swamps. So that's going to be in April and November of next year. So I do need to start putting some real ad dollars and start promoting the shit out of that, plus the Japan trip. So those are some of my upcoming projects that I got to focus on. Low Basie said, if you ever make it into Dead Fly's music stream, +6 did the background music for a stream. Okay, cool. Nice. Well, good to know. Damn, what a community. Low Base, you like know everyone. You weren't kidding. Instead of a cockroach, I think it's better to call you like a spider maybe. And you've got your webs everywhere. So you've got eyes and ears everywhere, right? Okay, but like you said, dig photo inspirations. Let's see real quick. Perfect. So if you guys don't mind, at least those of you on Twitch, listen, I love you guys on YouTube and Kick as well. Thanks for all being there. You guys are real ones. And for the Twitch people, I'm going to give a raid to Dig Photo. Now, Dig Photo has been, he raided us actually first. So it's actually cool to return the favor. So what happened is he raided us, and then there was someone named Ikidis who then followed us from that raid. And then we were able to raid Ikidis. And so now, anyways, it's really fun. It's fun that everyone is so, it's like a nice communal thing. Remember that the web has the for sale or trade room where you can post anything you're selling. Oh, okay. Oh, so you should put those tours in there. Okay, thank you. I should do that. Now, these are very, very expensive, very niche tours. But if anyone in that group is willing to buy that, oh, for sure, I'll take it. But thank you, Low Base. So again, today, great stream. We were a bit late, but I was very happy to see so many people here, and we had fun. Thank you again, Low Base, for the gifted sub as well as the raid that you gave, and the number of people from your community that had come and followed. So thank you guys. All right, we got 30 seconds left before this raid. Let's go ahead and just click this button now. And I will see you guys tomorrow early morning.